guilty and we're in no position to ask for favours due to the fact that we did colonise most of the world.
I do want to be clear, I didn't do any of the colonising myself. It was my great-granddad, so have a go at him, okay? It wasn't my fault.
Great-granddad here. I'll be honest, I enjoyed every second of it, so, yeah, sorry, not sorry. Back to you, old boy.
Hello, and welcome to another Anglo Opinions. I will start off with a Henry.
That guy looked quite a lot like Callum. That's very amusing to me.
Well, we'll start and end off with the Henry West short. We did the same every stream. I'll just introduce the entire panel. So we, as ever, we have Tharium.
Hello there.
And we have Aubrey, our usual host.
Hello.
And we've also got Zen, which I do prefer.
Hello.
And we've got very that's an ex post sort of meme because I spelt very wrong with a T. We've got very special guest Harry Robinson from the Lotus Eaters. So
hello. Thank you very much for having me on.
Not a problem. And we've got AI William Grenville, who said he would be here after work. He's getting in from work, so he'll pop in later. If not, I do have a substitute on the in the green room ready. So if it comes to it. So how are we all?
Good. Things are going the right way, I think.
Oh, another fantastically slick stream we're doing. We're professionals here, aren't we?
Yeah. If everybody's waiting to take their turns, I'll say yes. I'm doing all right. The live show for the Lotus Eaters, if anybody was aware that happened over the weekend, went great. And just on the top of my head, that little short has just reminded me over the weekend. I've been trying to find out more about my own personal family history. I think like my auntie or aunties have a lot of the documentation for my family history on my mother's side. So I'm trying to get all of that information from them. But my mother reminded me, I've mentioned on the podcast recently that my mother's side of the family, like my great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather, they descend from like industrialists around Derbyshire, textile factories and such, who of course, lost all of the family money when a wife died, and then the secretary took her place. And you know how much secretaries love to spend men's money. So there goes the family fortune. But I was also reminded, something I'd completely forgotten, that I think from that same side of the family, I think like a great-great-grandfather or something, was born and raised in British India during the Raj, and lived in a manor house and had servants and everything. And it just makes me think the kind of glory that I could have been born into had it not been for certain turns of the historical coin.
I feel this too. I feel like I was born to be in the aristocracy, but unfortunately, through genetics, I haven't been. But
but you
should have.
Were.
I should have peasants working for me, and I need the country estate.
Well, apparently, as recently as 3 or 4 generations down the line, at least on my mother's side, I was. But now look at me. My father is thoroughly working class and very proud of it. In fact, on Lotus Eaters the other day, we did a Friday show where we were trying to get Carl to laugh at Monty Python sketches, and one of the ones that we showed him was the Four Yorkshiremen, which is absolutely hilarious, one of my favorites ever. And Carl, of course, not only didn't laugh, he went on what I would call a performatively outraged rant about how terrible it was that, a bunch of posh public school boys would make fun of Northerners. And I was sat there going like, that's literally my dad. My dad is not, he's not rich or anything, but he made it above his working class station from when he started. But my God, he's proud of his hard upbringing, I tell you. So it's like, this is a real person. I live with him. I was raised by him, Carl. Stop it.
Well, I am your person if you ever need help with that, because I'm really into genealogy research. So
you
let me know. Yeah. Back to like 100 in England on one side of the family, which is pretty good, I think.
That's very good. The most
Yeah.
I've ever done is take a little trip through the archives on, Ancestry, but that was only through like all of the little hints and tips that they give you. So who knows how accurate that those are going to be? But if they were accurate, I did find at least one third cousin marriage. Excited to find more.
No, I've found that typically they are pretty accurate, although, you have to sift through, because sometimes you'll get things like, I don't know how, depending on how common your name is and everything. So, but yeah, no, they usually are pretty accurate.
Oh, that's all right then in that case, because at least going back to the year, I got back to the year, I think 1600, something like that. And found one of my ancestors was some like nobleman called Sir Robert Wilde or something.
Yeah,
but then again, with all
school.
Yeah, with all Englishmen, if you go back far enough, you're descended from some kind of aristocracy or royalty, just because they're the ones that lived through all the plagues.
Yeah,
true.
My favorite was, I've got a cousin who did some genealogy research, and he traced us all the way back to a Sir Richard Parsons, who was one of Richard the Lionheart's bodyguards on the Crusade. That was that's good.
My family was too, and in fact, this was my great grandma's name, Lockhart, and it was because of carrying, like, the honor of carrying, whatever along with on the Crusades, which is kind of cool. But it's funny because you try to live like a good life as a good person, and you go through your research though, and you don't want to find that. You don't want to find like the housewife that led a really good life. You want to find the guy that like robbed a bank or something. So it stands out, or royalty, something like that.
Well, I don't know much about my genealogy, but I know two things. My maternal side of the family were servants at Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire, and my paternal side were turnip pickers in Norfolk somewhere.
Oh, we've got a real life ball trick, gentlemen.
Yeah, Mercian. You're saying, like, most people have nobility. Mercian has none.
I know.
If anything, I respect a full-blooded peasant.
Yeah.
I was about to say I know very little about my genealogy, but my nana looks into it quite a bit. It's very much that, she's hit retirement age now. She's really curious about all that. So she's been researching it, and despite like years of research, the only like thing of note she's ever come up with is that I think it's my great grandfather was one of those lads who signed up for, I think it was World War I, when he was like underage, under a false age, and that's about it. So I guess I'm very much from the line of peasants as well.
No shame in it.
Hell yeah, no, absolutely.
We also have Oswolf asking, I don't know why, asking the pointless question of who won the Star Wars debate. I mean, well, as if you have to ask.
There's only well, I don't want to disparage my opponents too much, but there was one big problem with the debate, which was that there wasn't really much to debate, as Luca and I were the only ones making actual arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Bo, love him as I do, basically just got angry about the films and kept saying that they were shit and he hated them and they were insulting to him. And I had to break out my favorite Stefan Molyneux book on how to identify an argument, because simply there was none being presented. And then Carl started making arguments, but the arguments ended up being in support of me and Luca when he was supposed to be against us, which was bizarre. But every time he would make an argument, he would then finish it with, but the prequels are still bad, which was just an argument at the end of an opinion added to the end of an argument.
Yeah. I think people get distracted by like the very technical discussion about like CGI and some performances being wooden, and don't appreciate like the actual messages and writing behind it all, which is clearly the thing that's lasted.
I mean, I remember.
I would say even that the special effects, they obviously have been updated since the films originally came out, but that doesn't really matter. That's just how people experience the films now. The special effects mostly hold up. They're very striking films, unlike most films these days where the lighting and special effects are so poorly implemented that it just looks flat and ugly. The plans and effects were clearly planned alongside alongside the sets and camera movements and such. So it all works together quite well. And I would say
re-edits and rewrites. I was just going to say re-edits and rewrites have been the absolute death knell of modern cinema. Like you can clearly see where things have been changed, like from where the original direction was going, and it's exhausting to witness.
You can see where they've used, for instance, flat lighting, just in case the special effects that they're using behind the scene decide to get changed entirely in the edit. Whereas for something like the prequels, it's very clear that George had a vision from the beginning that the CGI was simply being used to create, rather than just get as much coverage as possible, and then we'll kind of splice together a Frankenstein's monster of a film afterwards. And I would say the performances in the prequels are of the same kind of style as in the originals, that being essentially a theatrical stage play style performance. I was going to Burnsy saying I was going to school with Keira Knightley when she was filming for Star Wars. That's very cool.
I want that verified, and I want a number if that's true, Burns. That's
yeah, I was going to say, was she the school crush of all of the boys? I bet she was.
Oh, yeah. She's so hot.
Yeah. Someone says Harry looked like.
Who are you guys talking about was so hot?
Sorry, was that Aubrey?
Who are you guys talking about was so hot? What, from a movie? From Star Wars?
Keira Knightley, Aubrey.
I don't know who that is. Oh, Keira Knightley. Yeah, no, I don't find her very attractive. I don't think she's all that pretty.
Yeah, typical woman, right?
Yeah.
Hello, AI. Welcome to the stream.
Hello. I'll also say I never found Keira Knightley attractive either. To be honest,
she's too thin.
Well, I'll tell you what. You two don't get a number then.
Well, no, I was about to say. I remember I had forgotten she was even in Star Wars. I know her from Pirates of the Caribbean,
right,
which she's fantastic in.
She always looks quite gaunt in her films.
Right.
I don't know. It's like
like she just needs an IV with some
nutrients. Listen to the American wants them to fatten up. Yeah, of course.
God, bury him.
Oh,
look. Unironically, if you think that she looks gaunt, you should go and watch how the woman playing Starlight looks in the modern series of The Boys.
Oh, good God!
Christ. No, I've missed the last 2 seasons of it because I just got the moment that Soldier Boy was written out of the story, I was like, right, I'm done. He was the best part. Goodbye.
I was going to say, even better, just don't watch The Boys.
Well, true. But my girlfriend was watching it like on her computer the other day, and I was like sat on the sofa, like just doom scrolling, and I glanced over, and just a glance in the direction, I was just like, "What the fuck's happened to her face?" And even, I mean, if you look at Amazon's like promos, like on their YouTube, their edited thumbnails, she still looks awful. Like they can't even.
Are they trying to hide it?
What's sorry?
See, the problem even outside of that stuff is The Boys is just so much blood and gore and nihilism and grossness for the sake of grossness. I just don't think it's good to subject yourself to that kind of thing.
I like when like a superhero story where they're trying to take it seriously. You know, Hancock is fantastic. That's always the one that comes to mind because that was like the first one where
is that the Will Smith one?
That's the one. It's great. It's actually
my
really
dad
good
loves that one, but I remember it got panned.
It probably did at the time. A lot of people really appreciate it nowadays. Like it's not perfect, but it was a really good attempt. So, and I didn't mind The Boys like season 1 because it really felt like it was at least trying to tell a message. But everything that I've seen from like, especially this most recent season, it does just feel like they're just like, right, how horrific and like can we make our viewers actually throw up in a season?
Dude,
like while
series
watching
3
it.
started with a tiny man climbing into another man's penis and then exploding.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
that was enough for me. I just my missus was watching it and I said, I'm gonna go and play video games in the other room. Thank you very much.
Do you know what-
There was
do you know
a
what
there
I
was a
like
there was
about-
a thing in the most recent season that I don't even feel comfortable saying aloud. It's so horrific. All I will say is, if anyone's been watching like reviews of it, which is probably the best way to experience it, it's the Rock Man. The Rock Man and what happens with him.
You mean the
I don't-
parody of the Thing?
Is
Well, but they're
is
all-
that, is
all
that what he's meant to
pastiche.
be?
Well, they're all a pastiche of an actual
He's
comic
not
book
really
character.
the
So
thing.
that, yeah.
Like, he's made of rock, but he's nowhere near that character. All I will say is, if you know, you know, and I'm not saying any further because it's actually horrific.
Well, I'm very glad that I have no curiosity in finding out.
But that
Well,
kind of should have a purpose. In the first season, the entire point was like, this is all the horrific shit that Hollywood actually does behind the scenes. And it's like, it felt like it was actually trying to say something. And nowadays, it's just, let's just be as disgusting as possible.
Well, this is why I enjoy The Boys. I enjoy
Also
watching
Trump
The Boys,
bad.
but it's not a good show to watch. But I like watching it to see the psychology of the schizophrenic nature of leftists, because
That's fair. That's actually fair.
It's very good at doing that, how their minds work.
Mhm.
And I've been thinking about doing like a video about like going into detail about this is what leftists are and this is what leftists think based on the writing style of The Boys. It really shows you their worldview and
The
how
best part-
crazy it is.
The best part is that as the years go on, we're going to be able to look at The Boys and then Invincible side by side, because Invincible is how you do that kind of stuff, but actually well, because it's all got a purpose and it very,
Doesn't
very
Invincible have quite a lot of the same executive producers, though?
probably, but it's the writers that are making the big difference, probably, because Robert Kirkman, the original writer of Invincible, is still on there and still like telling the story. And while there are a few changes and maybe not everything is the best, it's still like telling a very compelling story about like the strength of will of man and how to be a better person. I mean, as you get into later seasons, it like a very big message of the story is the shittiest of people, if you settle them down with a loving family, will become the best of people. That is actually a very important like part of the story that continues to be reinforced.
I do have a
Very
question
traditional.
with so I do have a question with The Boys. 'Cause I haven't watched it, but is it sort of reactionary sort of type of media, or is it more in the
Yes.
case of or is it more in the case of like Batman, who the characters are sort of like morally fascistic, but they uphold a liberal order?
No, because Homelander as a character just keeps being used to just push like complaints of the day, essentially. He was actually a really interesting character in like the first few seasons, but then like as the seasons have gone on, he's just become more and more of just a pastiche of how can we whine about Trump more, and it becomes so like transparent. Bill Lamb, The Boys is an Amazon TV series that's been coming out for the last like several years, based off a comic, but has almost nothing to do with the original comic.
Yeah, I think the original comic is actually quite well
No, it's
received,
not.
isn't it?
It's
Is it not?
I'm sure it's well received, but it's not very good. It's
Right, okay.
it's essentially the exact same kind of let's just be as disgusting as possible and shock value, like. But at least I mean, I've never read it actually. I don't think it was being massively political, but it might also be that thing of when you're looking back at things that used to be very political just seem amusing and like
Is
of
it
their
like-
time.
Is it like have you heard about the original The Mask comics?
Yes, I'd love to see that adapted. That would be fantastic.
Well, yeah, because the comics are nothing like that Jim Carrey thing.
Well,
That
it's
Jim
interesting.
Carrey thing was so tame compared to the comics.
Yeah, for those who've seen the modern The Mask, because it's a fantastic movie. The original comics essentially have the exact same premise, except whenever he has cartoon physics, but then no one around him does. So when he swallows a massive amount of bullets and then shoots them back at gangsters, they get torn apart into like bloody viscera. And it's actually it's kind of, there is some interesting stories in that. It's not just for shock value. It is like, if I remember correctly, it was telling like good stories about like violence and desensitization to things. Pretty interesting. But anyway, we've gone off a little bit.
Well, we could get into our today's news segment.
Yes.
So, for me, I think it knew Harry was going to be on, because it's got man in Swindon criticizes immigration and town centre safety during BBC interview. And so the BBC found, we've got a black man. This is going to be good.
You're a resident of Swindon. What do you think the next council should be focusing on?
Well, I think they should regenerate the town centre. I think it's turned into like a bunch of flats area, and there's just pure immigrants around here. They're dangerous. Be safe. I'm a bit of a boy, but locally, I think there's people around here what are pretty scared to come into the town centre now. I don't come in very often. I don't bank in town. I only come in for a Guinness. That's what I come in town centre for. And I've got a few mad people around here, but they need to regenerate the town centre and jobs. Bring the wages up. Do more for the working people, less for the people that are not working. I got a friend who earns £1,500, and he's not over £1,500. And he's not working. I work and I get less than £1,900. I'm not happy.
Based.
What sort of is this? Like a rare gammon, gammon poker?
Yeah.
I understood like every fifth word, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
just listening to this guy, I'm not sure how much GDP. I'm just not sure how much GDP this individual's bringing to Swindon.
Well, he says he's earning.
Well, I was going to say he gave his wages,
taxes.
didn't he? So
presumably after tax.
No idea what he even said.
Well, I think Ireland made £3.50 at least, didn't they?
Yeah.
He at least seems to actually care about the country he's in. That's better than 90% of the rest.
yes, that is fair. And
and he clearly doesn't appreciate people on benefits. He believes in people, actually earning their income. Good on him.
I was in Swindon town centre earlier. It is a shithole. It's not a very nice place to be. The businesses that are there, well, put it like this. There's now quite literally an open-air African fruit market stall that's there where a charity shop used to be, which is quite bizarre. There is a doubling up of criminal enterprise by down one of the roads that I call Little Pakistan. There is a joint vape shop and Turkish barber that all occupy the same space under the same roof, which is quite an impressive amount of money laundering, which must go on there. And the vape shop, of course, has bongs advertised in the windows. So that's wonderful. And he is right that there are far too many immigrants there. From what I could understand of what he was saying, I don't find too much to object to. The problem, of course, being that Swindon Town Centre will remain a shithole for the time being, sadly, because I don't know if anybody's getting backhanders and kickbacks for those criminal enterprises that exist there. But I'm sure somebody's making a lot of money out of it all. Yeah. So that's one incentive for it to carry on.
Well, I think we've got to keep an eye on all of those vape shops for when a reoccurrence of what happened in Scotland happens. Yeah. I assume you saw that, Harry. The place across from Dankula's office that just went completely up and took a historic, 400-year-old building with it.
Yeah, I think one person... actually, my friend was staying in the building, I think in a hotel that was right next to that, just the day before it happened. And she told me that she saw the news after they got out of the city. It was quite an insane thing to happen. But with regeneration's a bit of a flip of the coin as well, because regeneration costs a lot of money. Right. So I'm originally from a town called Crewe, in Cheshire, and Cheshire has been in the process of regenerating its town centre for about the past 10 years. The motivation for regeneration was the fact that HS2 was supposed to be going through, and so they wanted to make it more attractive to Londoners who they expected to be moving there, who could then get the train down to their jobs in London every day on HS2, the high-speed railway. What they ended up doing, because of course HS2 in the end isn't even going there anymore, was they just knocked down a load of buildings that had all of the independent shops in it, built a car park that isn't even open 7 days a week because there's not enough people to use it, and also there's a retail park down the road from the town centre that has free parking anyway, so why would you use it? All of the independent shops are gone. Most of the big businesses have moved out because like Poundland couldn't even last in the town centre anymore. So now you just get derelict shops and a vape shop followed by a phone shop, followed by a Turkish barber, rinse and repeat. And so and one of the reasons for that as well is the reason they've not rebuilt it, because they've had these plans on their website for years now showing this kind of big futuristic super mall that they were planning on building, the big shopping centre, was they just keep running out of money because regeneration is expensive. So it can be a real coin toss, sorry, that they decide, oh, we're going to regenerate the town centre, and then they just knock everything down, and in the process of doing so, run out of money, and then you've just got a load of rubble and foreign scam businesses.
Were you in favour of HS2? Because I always view it as just like it's just centralising London even further. Like this is the only place you're allowed to work.
I wasn't in favour of it. Even from just 10 years ago when I was just some normie with no big views on anything. I didn't want Crewe when I was still living there to just be turned into some kind of like faux outskirt of London. I wanted our local culture to stay the same, because we used to have a thriving music scene there, and the main venue got knocked down to make way for a car park next to the train station for all of the traffic they expected to be going through, and the local music scene, for instance, never recovered. And that was a big way that people used to meet up together. People would meet up at the gigs. You'd make friends. You'd get all of these relationships that you would build. You know, I met my first girlfriend at a gig at that venue. There's loads of stuff that can happen in these kinds of social situations that just don't anymore, because there's just nothing there anymore.
I think HS2 as an idea would have been good if it had been an actual like a train line all the way up the country. Just some kind of like super highway for people to get across the country, and there could have been plenty of stops to be able to get to other parts. I think that would have been fine. But when I found it just went between London and Birmingham, I was like, "What? That's it?" Because like you could have that be like just like basically be like the spine of the country, one massive railway, just to get like up and down as quick as you can. Like that would have been great.
I get the impression that is a vanity project for the MPs. I feel like that's for MPs to travel to Westminster, really.
I think you're upselling it way more than it just being a slush fund for friends of MPs.
Well, that too. But I sort of like if you live in Birmingham, why would you want to go to London? And if you live in London, why would you
get out of Birmingham?
Well, I mean, London's not better than Birmingham in reality.
Well, that would be an interesting debate to have, to be honest.
I mean, they're both shitholes.
I don't like London, but it's better than Birmingham.
Can we get
Manchester's better than both of them.
Can we get a poll in chat? What's worse, London or Birmingham?
Hold on. I can start a poll on this.
Yeah.
Let's start that.
In fact, I'll say Manchester and Liverpool are better than both of them.
I mean, London there are good things you can see in London, right? There's interesting stuff. There's a lot of like museums and things. There's the Tower of London. What does Birmingham have?
Pakistanis?
Yeah, right.
Are you saying London doesn't?
An enormous variety of rape gangs.
Yeah, it's just London has some redeeming features, whereas I don't sit with Birmingham.
Anytime I speak to anybody who's been to Birmingham recently, because sometimes people will end up having to go there for a business meeting, or maybe they'll just get curious and take a little trip in, and they'll come out like it's Vietnam or something, and I say like, I had no idea it was so bad. I'm never going back there again, man. You don't know what's down there, man. You just don't understand.
Yeah.
I will say I did find when I went to go on holiday with Scotland, Glasgow was a welcome compared to large parts of.
That's so insane.
I've never been to Glasgow. Been to Edinburgh though. Lovely city.
Mhm.
Last time I went, I mean, that's years ago now though, so it might be worse now.
First time in Glasgow, it was I think it was like one of the cup finals, and it was Celtic and Rangers playing, and it was very busy and very loud and very violent.
I mean, apparently they're getting the diversity treatment too there now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is quite funny. It's like even about probably before COVID. I mean, because a lot of this is Boris Wave. I mean, a lot of like the more visible stuff now is Boris Wave. But even before, you could when we went going to Scotland, and I lived in Scotland for a bit as well. Later on, you would rarely see anybody other than Scottish, and it probably explained why politically the more historic, likewise like the BNP and nationalist parties, and then later UKIP didn't really have much success in Scotland because it wasn't a visible concern until now, really. But
on that video that you showed, though, isn't it funny now that the diversity is now sick of
Yeah.
the diversity?
Oh yeah,
as well, because a lot of these people, that man might be one of those types who perhaps descends from a family and has inherited the views, or perhaps he came himself to get away from the rest of the people in whatever country he originally comes from, and is sick of it now that the country has imported all of the rest of his, like distant family relatives.
Well, one of the good things about all the demographic talk is that, they talk about us becoming a minority, but the diversity demographics, that's not united at all, right? They hate each other just as much as they hate us. So even like when they reach like the 50% chance, which they won't, if they did, they're going to be quite easy to divide up. They're not going to work well together, I don't think.
I mean, you're not going to have the Pakistanis and Indians in like Leicester uniting under, like mini Rajasthan People's Republic or anything like that. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No.
They will still, however, fight as a bloc against English interests when it comes to it, though.
Oh, always.
Yeah, anything explicitly, English identity interests, as you said, Harry. Yeah, they will be united and all of them will be united in sort of just opposing it and out of spite on that alone. It's just that they can't really do anything with it apart from just they can't like
organize. They can't organize well together.
Yeah, they can't take it further. That's their sort of weakness.
Right. Okay. Zen, you've shared this link in the private chat
because I saw this popping off on Twitter earlier tonight.
Right. Okay. Would you like to walk us through it then?
So a lot of people are drawing the comparison that many people who nowadays are right wing had to deal with arsehole teachers as a kid. Particularly, I mean, they're highlighting female teachers, but I think at the end of the day, most teachers are female, so it's kind of a pointless thing to say. But I think it really is, because you start to see the immediate tyranny of someone in power just flexing power over those who excel and are capable. Basically, I think the original one of these is this mimetic Sisyphus one you see here, where it says Yeah, every halfway intelligent right winger I know had a massive conflict with at least one elementary teacher, or for us in England, primary school teacher, over things like reading ahead, reading too difficult books, not showing enough work. And it's the first time we experienced the uncaring tyranny of state bureaucracy, and it sucks. All I can say is yes. I was the kid who, when everyone else was at like chapter 4, I had finished the book and was at that point leaning back and bored. And I would get told off because you're meant to read along and say, but I've finished it. And there's been lots of people in like the quote tweets just like sharing their own experience that they have also gone through this.
So I imagine that's the most common one. That's what I did. That's what I did. I'm not going to pretend that I had some kind of big performative argument with a teacher or ever got into a major scuffle with any of them. But I was definitely the kid that if we were assigned a book that was actually interesting, I'm not going to stop at one chapter tonight. I'm enjoying myself, and I'll read the whole thing.
Yeah,
and which always just came across as a little bit, it's just arbitrary, isn't it? I know it's to make sure everybody's reading at their own pace, but yeah, what if I'm actually enjoying it though? Isn't that kind of the point of teaching literature to young children, that they learn to engage with it and develop a love for it? It's kind of like it's contradictory, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's surprising if you get signed books that you actually found interesting. Like English literature seems to be just so much wankers who just have these really boring books they want you to read.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I was in primary school, we had like a little library off to the side, and I found a copy of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in it, and so like I remember like reading through that whole book when I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have read it.
Yeah.
When I was 9 or 10, but I definitely did, and I think the teachers and everybody was surprised because I don't remember what other books we were like assigned. The only other books that I was reading around that time that wouldn't have been just assigned as part of school were probably like Harry Potter. But I just picked up Frankenstein because in my child brain I was like, I know that, it's something that I've heard of. I'll read this, and then I got way more than I bargained for.
Yeah, I picked up an Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's always really funny when you're like a kid, or particularly like a teenager, and you're reading through a book, and you get to a part where you go, I don't think I should be reading this.
But you still do.
It's just I need to make sure no one finds out that I'm currently reading this. The one that always jumps out at me is, I don't know if anyone here ever read the Halo novels.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I picked up Edgar Allan Poe, and I read The Cask of Amontillado, and it absolutely ruined me. It terrified me. The thought that somebody could get like walled up like that, brick by brick by brick.
Yeah, I mean, when I was like 15, through the influence of listening to lots of Metallica, I picked up H.P. Lovecraft for the first time, and all of a sudden, I'm trying to talk like a little wanker in school using words like sanguine, non-Euclidean, stuff like that, and people are like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, even for his time, H.P. Lovecraft's language was a bit old, a bit dated.
Yeah, but it creates a wonderful atmosphere when you're reading them.
Oh yeah.
For me, it was the Star Wars EU novels. I mean, I went on a complete binge of those novels, and still go back to it sometimes. But it's quite interesting, though, that I wonder if that is part of people who are sort of naturally right wing are more likely, particularly in the British education system over the last several decades now, that there is like a not just like disagreeable, but sort of rising above the other and everyone else. That I mean, for me, I never really resonated with anybody when I was at school, with any really teachers or anyone else. I was really I didn't. It's not like I didn't like them. I just didn't. I just had nothing in common with a lot of people. I had any interest at all. Was that anyone else, or was that just me?
No, I
No,
totally
that's
understand
definitely
that.
to a degree.
I was bored out of my mind until I got into college, and then suddenly, I was challenged, and I really loved it. But I did have a few really good teachers, though, that I think, like my debate coach was awesome. She had a huge impact on the way I thought and looked at things and looked at life, and yeah, that was helpful. So there are some good teachers out there still.
Well, I mean, most of the most interesting teachers I had in like secondary school, like I think my English literature teacher I got along with, but that's because he was also into metal. So mainly I just talk about metal with him. My geography teacher was actually way more interesting than everybody else because he actually had a way of trying to engage you in a way I'd never experienced before with teachers. But then I get into A levels at college, and I get things like we were going through in English literature, Wuthering Heights and the Bronte sisters novels, and I was getting this kind of feminist reading spoon-fed to me, where I was actually really enjoying the book. I really like Wuthering Heights as a gothic romance, and all of the other kids in the class hated it. They thought it was really dull, and oh god, everybody in the story is so horrible. Why is there no good guy to root for? That kind of complaint. And but it did not help that our teacher was saying, oh yes, Emily Bronte, everybody, all of the critics understand now that because of her repressive upbringing and the environment that she was raised in, she would have been very, very sexually repressed, which of course comes out all over the novel if you know where to look for it. And the examples that she provided were things like a detailed description of a key going into a keyhole and turning, and it wasn't anywhere near as descriptive as she implied, to which I raised my hand and said, perhaps this is just a description of somebody unlocking a door.
Right.
Which she didn't
Perhaps
take very
literal.
kindly to.
There have been some, like, you've seen these authors doing interviews about their book, and someone asks them that about something. What does this mean? And they go, it's just a chair.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
The other
And
thing
the
was
answers
learning.
you raise are usually the most interesting, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, it depends on the story. I mean, perhaps I'm just a massively soppy, but I love just an unambiguously good character. Sometimes, as long as they're depicted well, like I don't know, someone like Cooper from Twin Peaks, who is just like the most pure-hearted, kind man in the entire world,
Oh my
particularly in
God.
the third series. There's something so wholesome about it.
Twin Peaks, I am like such a diehard fan, and Agent Cooper, hero, absolute hero. Yeah, he is as pure as it gets. Until
well, yes, but then you also get somebody like I don't know, like Rust from the first series of True Detective, who is very like incredibly complex and layered and gray area. But what makes him such a compelling character is, despite his nihilism, that ultimately his story is one about fighting through the nihilism and finding something worthwhile, and in fact connecting spiritually with a higher power by the end of it, which I thought was that story is kind of like a stealth Christian story, which is very, very interesting.
I mean, this is the part where I step in as the centrist, where it's like, I actually really like characters that are a bit more morally complex and a little more, dubious, because I find that when they then still do the right thing and they still are being, doing the correct things and being morally correct, despite, straying now and then, it shows the importance of that, and it makes it a bit more realistic. It makes them relatable.
Like when Anakin kills the younglings, it was great to see him step back onto the right path.
Exactly.
Yeah. So eventually, I mean, that's what's interesting. That's the story, right? Is the adventure and what gets them there to the end point. But you have a character like we were talking about, Agent Cooper, and he's not actually as flat as you might think. He does manage to have conflict, but yeah, he's just a really interesting character. You have to watch David Lynch. I just am having a completely newfound respect for him I always loved Twin Peaks, but now I'm looking back and watching it not as a seventh grader, but as an adult, and he's brilliant, or he was brilliant. Sadly, he passed away.
Josh and I on the website have a director series which we've done with
Really?
Proper Horror Show, who's also a streamer and YouTuber, and we've done looking at all of the films of Stanley Kubrick, and now we have 3 parts of our 4-part David Lynch series is out on the website right now. So if you can, if anybody's interested, if you're subscribed to the website Lotus Eaters, you can watch those. Part 4, which is about Twin Peaks, will be out relatively soon. But episode
wonderful.
3 has just been out, which was about the Straight Story, Mulholland Drive, and Inland Empire. Straight Story was super wholesome. Everybody loved that one. Mulholland Drive is a modern day classic. Inland Empire was a really interesting discussion, but very difficult film for my colleagues to get through.
Well, I would definitely go check that out because that sounds really, really interesting.
I would punch myself if I didn't do this, but I'd like to make an official request that at some point you guys do Edgar Wright, because he's amazing.
Well, we want to do an English director, and I think the suggestion that we got from Samson is Nolan, which would be a really interesting filmography, because frankly, all of his good stuff is so front loaded. All of his best films are like in the first 4 or 5 films that he made, and then it's just kind of a bit of a degeneration from there, like one film after the other, like that I just do not enjoy very much.
If you do Edgar Wright, you could do Baby Driver and just talk about the first 6 minutes of Baby Driver, because it has a Subaru Impreza in it.
Well, I was about to say, it's not just. Edgar Wright's not just English, but also most of his movies, or at least the Cornetto trilogy, is all about like Britishness, and they're like steeped in British imagery.
Yeah, so, but I would also have to highlight as well that Hot Fuzz is it toes the line of being massively subversive.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
it toes the line because it kind of teeters. It teeters on the edge of being a loving send-up of the countryside, whilst also kind of playing into all of the stereotypes that city boys have over rural country living.
It actually copies the trope that The Wicker Man in the 70s did, of where you have this
it's a comedy send-up of The Wicker Man.
Well, yes,
almost explicitly so.
Yeah, and the actor who played the policeman in The Wicker Man, the one in the 70s, Woodward.
Woodward, yes.
Edward Woodward. He is the old chap who's like the in Hot Fuzz, the
is the camera guy?
The camera guy, that's right.
The guy who sets off the bomb at the very end.
Yeah. So it's a direct callback, and I remember when it was filming in Somerset, because I was living here at the time, and just down the road from it, and what's quite funny is it sort of, you have like the, this quaint English village stuff, and we all know the story to it, and in some ways it is actually quite subversive in the sense of it attacks the the sort of unit of the English village, but you have the this outsider coming in. Now in The Wicker Man, he comes into quite an alien. In his mind, it's quite an alien to the audience as well, because it's like this, this pre-pagan stuff. You don't really get that in the sense of on a sort of religious level. In Hot Fuzz is actually quite political. Of the insular community.
I mean, the Neighborhood Watch Alliance did nothing wrong. They were the heroes of the movie. Sergeant Angel is the villain.
I disagree. What?
No. Look, can you imagine the state of
allow
Hot
me
Fuzz?
to just sum it up.
Yeah.
No.
Allow me to just sum it up like this, right?
What did Old Man Webley do wrong?
What is it, Harry?
My thought of this is that the council, their catchphrase is not only for the greater good. It's he's not even from round here, and which is based, right? Yeah. Which is based. And when they're taken out, that attitude leaving the town, I can only assume that through taking out the natural defense mechanisms of the, frankly, quite hoppy self-defense mechanisms of an autonomous community like Stanford, that now Stanford is sadly filled with vape and Turkish barber shops.
That's what Hot Fuzz 2 is going to be about.
Like, Stanford has been enriched because of the actions of meddling city boy Sergeant Nicholas Angel.
Yeah.
But again, why did they kill Old Man Webley? What did he do wrong?
Which was Old Man Webley?
That's the farmer.
He's the farmer.
He laughed as an American. He tried to laugh as an American, with all his guns.
Man, he was based.
Yes, true.
We found him.
I mean, Hot Fuzz 2 is going to be about the Neighborhood Watch Alliance retaking the town, kicking out all the Pakistanis.
The main villain is going to be the local reform councillor.
I mean,
Hot Fuzz gets talked about a lot. Hot Fuzz gets talked about quite a lot when talked about this kind of stuff.
I mean, literally, they managed to wipe out a gypsy community. I mean, that's...
They've got my vote.
Yeah, that's like...
with their crusty jugglers.
Yeah, Dennis Skinner, if you can hear me, please say that.
But the reason that I bring it up, the reason that I bring up Edgar Wright is because of the absolute masterpiece, which is the follow-up to Hot Fuzz, The World's End, which is perfection in a movie, and people never talk about it. It's always Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, but The World's End is incredible.
It's the least rewatch from me as well, if I'm honest. But
I've rewatched
I imagine that there's. I remember the bit where he basically tells the aliens at the end to piss off.
Yes.
They're just like, "Oh, but you'll be so happy if you become us," and he's like, "Nah." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, okay, all right," and they leave.
But like, you need to join our big globalist community,
so
and you'll have fancy.
There's untold depths there, I expect.
Oh yeah, there's so much. I mean, the protagonists struggle.
Yeah, imagine
with,
the GDP gains that you'll get.
Exactly. I mean, that's literally no. If you look at it from a modern perspective, it's incredible. But like purely, I mean, for me, I think it's a personal thing. I very heavily relate to the protagonist of that kind of completely being lost in like modern day life and being like, I just miss when I was in school and things were simpler. So I might be that I just relate to that a lot, but just all of the stuff around that with that kind of the takeover of the town being subverted by big companies, and it's fantastic.
It is very right wing, and the main protagonist, Sean Penn's character, mentally he's still stuck in the 90s.
Sean Penn?
And sorry, no, not Sean Penn. Sorry,
Sean Pegg.
Sean Pegg. Sorry.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
How many names? Like it's like there's a weird version of 6 Degrees from Richard Bacon. That is.
You mean Kevin Bacon?
Yes, like 7 degrees. 7 degrees from Rupert Bacon. Yeah.
God, none of you can get any of this right now, can you?
Well, sod all of you. I work. I've had a busy day. So, anyway,
I've been at work.
The point is, the point that I was sort of getting at was that in his mind, he's the main protagonist. He's stuck in the mentally in the 90s, and it is quite interesting because in some ways, Edgar's sort of saying like that is like the last time anything was normal.
Yeah, it's explicit. It's explicit in that.
Yeah,
it literally shows invaders from another land entering our home right at the end of the 90s, and everything changing because of that. It's really based if you interpret it from that perspective.
Yeah, and if you want to even get like crazy like racial genetic level racism on this, they bleed differently to us. I mean, holy hell! Like,
but I've always been a fan of Stephen Nell's work.
Who's that?
That guy we're talking about.
Oh my life!
Does it feature a Subaru Impreza? Is that why?
I was keeping my meme of getting the names wrong. Stephen Nail, Simon Pegg.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I will say I was
Funny
deeply
joke.
disappointed by Edgar Wright's remake of The Running Man from last year. I will say this is just gonna be. Sorry, we should move on, or I will just talk about Edgar Wright for hours because.
Well,
Like,
okay. Let's we've got yeah. As fun as movie talk is, it's not that show.
Yeah.
But I'll show the results of our poll. put it over my avatar because it didn't really show anything, and the conclusive winner is no cities, which is the correct answer.
it is. Yep.
I'm
No,
just reminded
Manchester
of
was
that.
the obvious answer there.
I'm just reminded of that one image from the X-Men comic of like no more mutants, just no more cities.
I'm with that. I'm a country bumpkin.
I grew up in a city, and thus I have gotten to see how awful cities are. So yes, I agree. Let me escape to the city. Let me escape to the villages, please.
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of a boom moment. It's catching.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh boy!
guess
Don't blame it
one
on
thing. One thing I wanted to get onto that I mentioned with you, Harry, is how some of us have been a bit of ahead on the curve of maybe not trusting that MAGA is going to come save us. And I feel like all of us are very vindicated right now. I mean,
I've been skeptical before he was even sworn into his second
Yeah.
term, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Ever since the election happened, and then immediately clips came out of him talking about how he was going to consider giving amnesty to the Dreamers, the DACA recipients, people like that. I said, hold up, that's an immediate U-turn from what we were expecting. And then basically, as soon as it became clear early on last year that one, with the tariffs, he had no fucking clue what he was actually doing, and that this was all being pulled out of his ass. People tried to. The thing is that you've seen all of the copes the whole way through. There's always some 52-dimensional chess interpretation of what's going on. Yeah, all of the tariffs, which make no sense and are completely illogical and are just numbers pulled out of a hat, are actually deeply intelligent if you understand that he's trying to isolate China, and then China throws their own tariffs at him and he tacos immediately the day after. It's like 52-dimensional chess has been defeated, as always, by just the Chinese saying, no, thank you. No, thank you, over and over again.
We're just finally
And then
trying to
there was the
on everything that we've let everyone have as far as borrowing all across the world. I mean, we're the greatest leader of everybody. Yeah, yes, we are. I mean, so maybe we just wanted to get some of that money back because we need.
You see, this is the thing. Americans have no idea how their financial system works, how it is all based on they can print money and then send that inflation off for all their vassals to deal with. Because we need to keep a reserve of US dollars. We need to buy dollars to get energy. It's like everyone contributes to the American empire, but they think it's them helping us.
Well, we do also help you. We did help you quite a bit during World War II, didn't we?
No, you didn't. World War II was explicit. America went into World War II with the explicit aims of destroying the British Empire and taking over control of Europe.
My God.
Congress
European
people.
empires.
Yeah.
European empires in general.
Congressmen at the time were literally saying that we want to destroy the British Empire.
That's not why we acted. That's not why we entered the war. And you know.
Okay.
Well,
you don't think that?
Was it Secretary of State? Was it Cordon Hull? Was that the gentleman's name? Who said that once the Second World War was over, that the New World, represented by the Soviets and the United States, would essentially be able to form a grand alliance going into the future and just dictate the policy and geopolitics to the rest of the world afterwards.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Suez. I mean, the Suez crisis, the Soviet Union or the Soviet Union tag team to stop Britain. and in dealing
Not
taking
remember the
control of the
Cold
Suez
War?
Canal.
For God's sakes.
Try
And
to
also,
speak one at a time. I know it might get heated because Aubrey feels like she's got to defend America.
I do.
Well, see,
I love
this
to
is
defend my
actually
country.
this is actually this was the purpose of why I was going to bring this up as a topic, because essentially, like, while all this chaos has happened in the last few weeks, while the Iran war has happened and sides have been drawn, essentially my Discord server has been like this one island in the middle of this storm going, why is everyone blaming each other for shit that the others haven't done? You've got like Europeans screaming, and I should point out at this point I'm referring to people generally right wing who would normally be agreeing on things. People in Europe are screaming at the Americans for this war that they've started, and now it's your fault, and you're deliberately pushing up like prices of things. And the Americans are screaming, well, how dare you not join us in this war that we started and shouldn't have had any expectation. Can we not all just sit back and say, okay, maybe this was a bad mistake, but let's not blame each other for it.
I don't blame, and no one should blame any American for it, because the only reason this was done was for regime change at the behest of Israel. That's the only reason why this war was ever conceived.
And
I mean, there's no
personal. Sorry, I thought you were done.
I was just going to say there is no, and the thing was, what happened was there was no internal. I honestly think Trump and his admin and Israel probably thought there would be some internal coup, court palace coup to remove the mullahs from positions of governing power, and there
they
would be
almost
some
certainly
sort of.
did. That seems to have been the entire idea behind it, because frankly, the Western media had been bigging up the idea of how against the regime the internal Iranian population were, through promotion of these ideas of all of these protests that were going on. Oh, we had 30,000 protesters being killed, which was a fake number that was ginned up by random American-funded NGOs. Those protests were almost entirely foreign agents who were being paid by basically the State Department and dark money slush funds that go through the State Department to these kinds of people. And after Venezuela as well, the idea seems to have been, well, there's an appetite for it internally. Venezuela went great, so we'll be able to just get this done within the weekend. And that's not what happened at all. Plus, also Israeli sources were also bigging up to Donald Trump, as far as I can tell behind the scenes, that Iran had been behind all of those various assassination attempts by Donald Trump, which the evidence seems scant for Iranian involvement in some of those.
It is funny
they're Iranian funded. That's the thing. They're not necessarily Iranian citizens that we're talking about. We're talking about Iran funneling money into these groups.
Thomas Crooks was funded by Iran.
No, I don't say that. I don't believe that.
It's funny that the
Stop. Let me speak. I don't believe that the kid that tried to kill him in Pennsylvania had anything to do with Iran or anyone else. I think that he was a patsy of the Democratic Party. So
it's funny that Trump shut down the investigation into that.
He didn't need to.
No, he didn't. But for some reason, he did.
He is just going into a door. Sometimes it is what it is.
I do actually, unpopular opinion this may be, but I actually do believe a lot of the crazy guy in Florida who was that massive Ukraine shill who tried to kill him, Crooks, and the others. I actually do believe that they were just genuine nutters who were in the right place in the right time.
Yeah.
But,
that's my view. It's the same with same with the kid who killed Charlie Kirk. I know there was all of the Israel conspiracy theorizing around that, but frankly, I just think most of the evidence that I've seen, in fact, all of the evidence points to it just being a crazy guy who killed him on behalf of his transsexual girlfriend or whatever.
Listen, the Democratic Party has been riling everybody up for a very long time. with
Absolutely.
to like lead up to an act of violence. And like in Minneapolis, when the 2 people were killed, they couldn't have been happier. They wanted people to die so that this could work for their narrative, right? This is what they've been doing. We've asked publicly, we've said, hey, bring it down a notch. This is going to get somebody hurt. So it's not a surprise that this happened to Charlie Kirk or Donald Trump.
But anyway, the point that I was trying to lead in before we got into all that is that I don't know why we have people that ordinarily would be pretty anti-government suddenly like deciding to pick the side of, oh no, my government. It's like, no, both our governments are shit.
Well, this is what you're seeing with like I've seen like Dan and stuff trying to cope about this. Has got to be bots. It's not bots. MAGA is just an African movement, right? Yeah, because it's just the most retarded takes, like thinking that it's all 52D chess. I'm just defending this crap.
But again, people from our country are being just as stupid. Like, oh, America, this is all your fault that our fuel prices are going up. The reason that our oil prices are going up is because our government refuses to do anything to make us actually sustainable and actually produce anything ourselves. Stop putting the buck on others when we could have fixed this like a decade ago.
Thank you, Zen. Well said.
My attitude is that being stupid, and maybe we should hold accountable like the people who we can hold accountable.
That is definitely part of it, but the way that the oil supply works is that even if we were doing more for our own oil, is that oil would have other potential buyers, and so a limited supply from across the world still pushes the price up because those buyers from who are not us are going to want to get hold of it as well.
And also, I was going to say also on the side note, oil is only not just used for fuel, but
everything,
everything like pharmaceutical. Even renewable energies like wind turbines and stuff like that. It's used for most things that we use in the modern world today.
Any synthetic product, oil's in it.
Yeah.
The chat is correct though, who says that if we heavily invested in nuclear 20 years ago, we'd probably have 1/3 of the electricity cost. That is true as well. This country has been kneecapping itself at every opportunity to do the most retarded thing possible for our own energy security.
And also, if we just didn't have stupid taxes on it, it would currently be at the minimum, at the most, like 3/4 of its current price. Like,
I think it is 25% is green levies at the moment. Just at the pump, it's green levies, which is great when we're nearing. Because I drive a diesel car. Yeah, what a sucker I am. It's nearing £2 per litre. I don't know what the conversion is versus America. I know obviously you've got dollars and then you also do it in gallons, but I can guarantee if it was in America, you guys would probably throw a revolution over fuel prices that high.
Oh yeah, your prices are quite a bit higher. That we figured it out one time. Mercy and I did when we were talking, and everything is so much more expensive over there. I can't believe it.
Harry, how are you going to feel in 4 years' time when buying a petrol car will be illegal in this country?
Right.
Do you know what? I think...
let's not forget that's apparently still going ahead.
Well, but it's like everything else. That they'll say it until they can't anymore. I know it's a project that they want to do, but I don't think they've thought through what that actually means. Because
the government hasn't thought through that project.
Sorry?
I'm saying, really, the government hasn't thought through the consequences of their actions.
What will that do to rally cars, Mercian? What will that do to your rally cars?
What would you do to everything? Because I mean, I know they want to electrify everything, but not everything can be electrified. For one, the grid can't handle it. We don't have the natural resources in terms of lithium-ion technology to give everyone who has a vehicle an electric vehicle. Or we'd have to use lesser battery technologies. And I'm sorry, any EV advocates out there, solid state ain't coming anytime soon, and that'll probably have some unforeseen consequences.
Well, I was about to say, was it not California? Was it not California that started having brownouts when they brought in loads of electric cars? If one state can't handle it.
Well, this is it. And then the other thing is, even if you don't drive, I think, well, it doesn't affect me. I don't drive. Like we said earlier, oil is in everything. If it's synthetic, it has oil in it. Ipso facto, if it's synthetic, it has oil in it in some way. And think about all the deliveries that you can't electrify everything. You are going to need at least a diesel internal combustion engine just to ship everything. So, I don't have a car. It doesn't bother me. I cycle everywhere. Well, fuck you. You need oil. You just do.
But my entire point was that, like, getting angry at America that something has caused, like,
do you think
it's like there's other things going on here,
right? Yeah, but we're not.
As well as
but we're not
converted. I just converted my current diesel prices to American. So it would come to currently £8.63 per gallon. So what's the dollar? What's the pound to dollar conversion at the moment?
It's like plus 50%, something like that.
So
It's a little less than that, but
8.63. So that would be almost $12 a gallon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I'm just
That's insane. Ours is right now at about, like, what was it for you today? But you do premium, so mine was like $3.80 the other day, and that was high. That was high for me. Like in Missouri,
how much?
In Missouri,
$3.
yeah, in Missouri it's usually like $2.75. So,
Zen having an aneurysm here.
I heard Harry at first there, and I was just commiserating with him.
But also too, we drive a lot more than you guys do. I mean, we, like in my town, we don't even have any public transportation at all. I mean, in St. Louis City you do, but who goes to St. Louis City anymore?
Aubrey, without having been here, you can't comprehend the amount of anti-driver things that we have going on in this country.
Because they're trying to push it down.
No,
yeah,
there was cities
Guys,
where driving
I
is
think she's paying the
illegal.
She's paying the equivalent of 50p a litre.
What? No, that can't be.
She's paying the equivalent of 50p a litre, guys.
But no, I mean,
we live in a joke.
Just go over how much tax we actually pay on that fucking
yeah,
shit.
your taxes are insane too.
But like,
you guys are not getting paid nearly what we get paid for the exact same job.
because we have to get saddled with all your debt.
Oh, that's why.
It's like Zen. Do you really think like we're sort of free from any State Department interference? Of course we're not.
I don't think anyone's free of
anybody. Yeah,
exactly. So, and it's all about like I listen to Dan and his MAGA simping, coping. I think he's finally sort of breaking out of it. But he will explain. He can sit down and explain all the ways that America is doing financial bullshittery to fuck us over, and then he'll still go, "Yeah, but I want you to stay. I want to stay under your boot, America." We don't have to.
You are so important to us that we do everything in our society, everything in our government to go after you guys, our vassal. Is that what you called yourself?
Yeah, this is how American empire is sustained.
And let me tell you, the next time somebody starts to come after you guys, what are you going to do? Because remember, I bring this up every time. Iron Duke talked about how your Navy has been absolutely decimated by your own government.
Oh, to pay for yours. To pay for yours.
It's not a pay for yours. It's not just pay for America.
Let me finish. You went from 70 to 7. He can tell you the exact number. So what are you going to do then? Because you are not the same empire that you were before. And I say this with respect, being that my family comes from Britain. Not that many generations ago, just a few. Okay, so I have great respect for your country. But what are you going to do, Therium? Because you're not the same Navy that you were before.
For what? Yeah, if we didn't have to keep, if we didn't have to keep funding American money printing, no one's going to invade us.
What are you going to do? Because you guys used to be the naval, superpower of the world, but you're not anymore.
What? Russia's going to attack us?
You need us.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe
Russia can't even take Ukraine. You see this nonsense. It's just no one's going to attack us, right? And if we do,
then great. Then you're in a wonderful place. But if somebody does,
have you not noticed how, like, whenever like these magatards go, yeah, I think maybe we should just leave Europe, and everyone goes, yes, please. You think it's like an own. It's not. It's like, yeah, we'd quite like that. Please take your occupying forces and just go.
Aubrey, before you carry on, I will let you think, but I want you to just calm yourself for a moment.
Well, I just want to be able to finish my point.
Yeah, no, Aubrey, once I finish, you can just bring it down a little bit, because my anxiety is spiking, and this is a calm front stream.
None of this, I don't take any of this personally, you guys. I mean, this is a debate. I've debated, a lot. So this doesn't. I don't take this personally. So don't.
Oh, good. Because you weren't showing that.
I won't like Therium at the end of this, but no,
okay. Well, like I always say, do you think over the past 60 years the American government has really had the interests of the American people at its heart?
For a good portion of it, it hasn't.
Yeah. So how bad do you think it is for its vassals? Right? I
think your own government has fucked you guys up enough.
Yeah, but they're puppets of the State Department. Like, you had Enoch Powell in 1968 warning about how America will always be an enemy because their interests are not ours. And that same year, he gets removed from any chance of power. Because after he was giving these talks, the American ambassador in Britain said, "Oh, this is bad," and gets on the line to Washington. And I think, levers are pulled. Unfortunately, Powell was, the rot had already set in.
Year's end for saying something stupid. That was a dumb thing to say.
I was right. Powell's right.
You think
everyone's seeing it now?
You think we're actually evil? That America's
you're
baddies. Americans, American style.
I know, that's what I meant.
I would never say that Americans are evil, but that your foreign policy has been oriented in a way that ensures your own domination against what were very capable rivals up until even only 100 years ago, and not just the British Empire, but European empires as well. From a foreign policy perspective of wanting to maintain dominance and hegemony across the entire world, a lot of the policies make sense because they're imperial policies that go back to the Roman Empire and indeed the British Empire, the way that we moved foreign populations around to make sure that workers could get to where they needed to go, and also because we recognized, as many people do now in power, that foreign and diverse populations are useful for destabilizing political power in an area. And I think, frankly, one of my contentions is that since the 1950s, Americans have had that done to themselves as well by essentially the CIA. This is something I'm working on research at the moment, but my contention is that essentially the entire civil rights movement, which we know has a lot of funding from dark and sinister organizations within and around the American government, was basically done to destabilize the country internally to ensure that political power players could maintain power, and also as a form of advertisement for decolonized countries in Africa during the Cold War and elsewhere that were now stuck between a choice of the Soviet Union and the USA, where the Soviet Union was saying, why would you ally with them? They're a racist country. So America then does things like Little Rock, Arkansas, and desegregates their schools and such, so they can say, look, we're not racist at all. Align with us. Don't let the Soviets put any bases or anything in your country. Let us put our bases in your country, etc. I think all of this is just very cynical power plays, and we shouldn't really, any of us, identify with our governments when they've been so explicitly against our interests for 80 plus years.
Well, this is the point I've been trying to
make
at this point during this. Like, I think the two people have been going to bat for their own government when I think, despite being pretty anti-government for so long, and I think like we really need to try and bring tensions down among us who really should be allies.
And like this is like Americans should be furious about Trump's shit that he's pulling, but you got, unfortunately, the magatards, the majority of the right, and they're just sticking to this line that it's all 5D chess, and he's just completely killing any chance that I have. Like, Republicans were doing quite well with the younger people. It's just completely cratered thanks to Trump. And then I also feel like his there is like sort of the Tucker Carlson side of things. That sort of, I feel like they get it, but you're going to see MAGA just tear them apart as traitors. And
I think Tucker's gone a little bit off the.
There you go. You see.
No, I'm not saying that because of his views on Israel. Even I just think he's gone a little whacked. He's a little whacked out now, but he's gone a little far. But you guys.
I just want to.
Go ahead.
Oh, go on.
I was just going to say. Sorry, I think there's a lag. Go ahead.
So Deadpool Kid 12 in the chat has asked if asked me personally, is your king a traitor? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He absolutely is. And I'll go even further than that. The monarchy for 80 plus years has been traitors to the British interest. At any point, Queen Elizabeth, for instance, could have stepped in to prevent the kind of importing of the entire Commonwealth onto British soil, but she actively supported it and went out of her way during the 1960s and 70s. You can watch someone like Zuma Historian's video on this. She went out of her way to support Commonwealth citizens coming into the country and actively worked against nations like South Africa and Rhodesia, which could have been fantastic European and British allies in Africa. She was happy for both of those countries to be stabbed in the back. So the monarchy has been traitorous for decades at this point and deserves upending, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aubrey, I admire your need to defend America, but I want to reframe this whole thing rather than Europeans against America as everyone against the elite class altogether.
Well, I do,
because America are the hegemony. I think that's why Tharium and Harry.
Yeah,
I get the Iran conflict. I mean, you're sitting here, saying that, oh my gosh, America is doing the wrong thing. America's losing. They're getting their asses kicked. Look at Trump. So this kind of is on topic. I still think that we are allies when it comes down to it. Yes, I do. We are. We will work together. We have worked together.
Okay, well, look at what happened. Look at what happened with Greenland, because that was anyone who didn't realize then, that America is not a friend, right? Because Denmark had been a really strong ally, and then you got America coming in. Give me that, or I kill you. And credit to the Danes, totally based. Just said, come and fucking take it. Credit to them. Well done, Denmark. Very based.
I just want to say this. It's like,
because we couldn't have taken it if we had wanted to. Come on.
Who cares? Yeah, that's the point.
But
we didn't.
Why would you?
I mean, I'm not being funny. Okay, so sorry, we'll jump in here. I think America hasn't got really a track record when it comes to like military empire building like Britain has. I mean, our version of Vietnam in that sort of time period was dealing with communist rebels, predominantly Chinese communist rebels in Malaysia, in Borneo, in places like that. And we were largely successful back in, the 50s or something like that. We were largely successful. I think, to be quite honest, I think there is a problem. I don't think America has... they can culturally and economically, function as a world hegemon, but military, it's not possible. And it could be the case that modern warfare of 2026 makes it impossible to actually invade and conquer like how we would imagine, like in the past and what have you. I think given I think we've seen particularly with Iran and what's going on now. Obviously drones, we saw it with Ukraine. That's going to be like the most common thing. Infantry soldiers, I don't know how that's going to work going forward in the future, because you can just have like swarms of suicide drones wipe out entire battalions on the battlefield. Same with armor as well. So I actually think modern warfare is kind of, I'm not saying it's done, but I think it's going to, as we know it's completely redundant.
Right. But I mean, look at how different it is from, World War II, right? But that's where ingenuity comes in, right? So, yeah. I mean, I think that what we have to face right now is that our countries are both being invaded. Listen, our president let so many people in our border that we don't even know, people on terror watch lists, we don't even know where they are in our country. So we've got little cells all over the place. But you guys have had this problem coming for a long time from the inside out. And from Europe.
No, it's been very recent, really.
No, okay,
For us,
whatever.
it has been.
Longer for you than for us.
No.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's not even the point. The contention here. Who cares about that? It's a problem for both of us. It doesn't have to be all us.
Well, it's like I think it does though. Because I get, if I was American, I'd get why they do it, but I'm not American, so I really don't want to be part of your empire. And I think
you
for
get
European,
why he does what?
Hold on. Why you treat us like you do, but because it's all about control. But I think for European politics in general, like I think Hungary just recently demonstrated that the most. The only way forwards is you've got to be the most anti-America, anti-immigrant faction. Because like you had JB Vance go up trying to support Orban, and his support just went, nah, gross. We want nothing to do with this Yankee nonsense. Get it out. And I think that's just. Yeah, that's just how we've got to be.
Same thing going on with Spain right now as well.
Yeah.
No. Same thing going on with Spain right now. Their president is insane and has just put forward an amnesty for 500,000 illegal immigrants who are in the country, but has become incredibly popular because of his anti-American posturing. And this is some of the damage that, sadly, MAGA has been inflicting on the European right since Greenland, really, which is one of the reasons why I'm hoping that Restore can
realize that. Yeah, because like
I was gonna say, didn't we see this with Canada as well?
Yeah,
the Canadian Liberals were due to lose, and then because Trump was like leaning on Canada and being like, "I'll make it a 51st state," immediately because the Liberals went, "Fuck you, Trump." Immediately they just skyrocketed in the polls. But
and Polyev aligned himself largely with the Trump.
But I wanted to address something. I wanted to address something which came up earlier. I can't remember who said it, but you were talking about how like it's like, America's getting their ass kicked in Iran. I think that we're missing the forest for the trees here, which is the entire thing with Trump was that his whole thing was, I don't want. It was the whole thing about Afghanistan, where it was like, I don't want American soldiers going off and dying for stupid wars in other countries that it shouldn't matter to us. It's not about whether we win or lose. It's the fact that we're going over there and doing anything to begin with. Like
13, I think 13 have died already, Aubrey, and hundreds injured. So they are.
Okay. I mean, this is where you have to be, as a society, you have to be mature. But if you're the world empire, you send your men, you send your legions, your armies overseas. I mean, what? How many? Over 1,000. Over 1,000 in one day, in Zululand, British soldiers were wiped out.
Yeah,
the empire didn't turn inwards on that account, and this is the reality. Is like, if you want to do something, you have to do it properly.
This is my thing. It's like, I actually don't care if America wants to go full world police. Like, look, if that's what you guys want to try and do and make and fix a lot of these crap countries, go for your life. But then don't be running on a platform where you say, "Oh, I want to bring all of the soldiers home. I don't want people dying in the countries," and then just start starting other wars. Like, stick to what you were saying you're going to do. That's all I care about.
But it does come back to the other thing, like.
Your stuff about the military stuff.
Well, no, this just comes back to that. None of this is in the interest of people like. Ultimately, it's not in the interest of American people. That you could argue, the colonization of South Africa, the expansion of the diamond trade, and everything, the securing of land, and all that sort of stuff. You could argue that benefits British people or industry, businesses, British people at large. Yeah. There's no benefit. There is no benefit. In fact, it's actually caused a massive detriment to existing oil companies out there at the moment. I mean, it's actually done the opposite.
And of course, the big thing that always happens from America's fucking around in the Middle East is way more immigrants. Have a bunch more Middle Easterners coming to Europe. Thanks.
I mean that, but again, that only matters because our country keeps letting them in. That wouldn't be an issue if we had actual border control. So I'm not actually going to lay that at America's feet.
Right, and that's they've been coming through France mainly, right? You guys have been getting people coming in through France. They've been bleeding through. Look at all these problems that you guys. We both have problems that are coming from the inside now. Not as much here yet.
The America supported the creation of the EU because it would be an easier, more controlled bloc for America to then control.
Can I finish a point? These rape gangs that you guys have been talking about, these people that are running around with machetes, don't you think that from the inside out right now, you guys have a problem that you have to focus on? And it's not about America, Darium. It's not. It's about and frankly, all these problems that happen with Iran. I mean, people are pushing over there. You guys are taking them in. We're taking them in. This is not an us versus you problem here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, well, yeah, you're confusing the people. You're confusing the people with your government. Your government's foreign policy has always been just totally against us.
I mean, I always view on Aubrey's point though. I think there is element of truth, but the problem is with Britain at large, with many British people, and I unfortunately I think it's not as bad as it was, but it's still the case now. There is this form of mental weakness when it comes to these issues. And a lot of people across the West, and this is generational. This is generational level of propaganda here. So I'm not saying this to be criticised because most people, you're not going to break it. It's very hard to break it on an individual level, but it's a generational level of propaganda where people will use their own grief as a tool of attack to get what they want, and we see this time and time again, and we see this. From the jihadis, we see them from many different minority nationalist movements to attack the majority of Europeans, and that's why Europeans can't have identity. Because if we do if we were to play the same tactic of using our collective trauma from grooming gangs or from anything that goes on, or even what Harry mentioned earlier, like the state of Swindon or towns like up and down the country, it could not be done, and people would find it uneasy mentally wise. Many people, even if they agree with it, would find difficult to actually get on board with, because they would find it awkward, because that's part of the conditioning, that's part of the propaganda, that's part of the, I guess you say, like double think. It's like the two people in the woods where one of them looks around to make sure that no one's listening, sort of thing. I think it was an analogy that Jonathan Bowden gave us, like when he was on, when it came to politically incorrect statements and everything. That is the problem that we have in Britain. For me, the biggest problem is, we have the grooming gangs, the Pakistanis. Forget the religious side of it for a moment. One thing that I find more troubling is how you have British-born police officers and council workers and social workers who were involved with it. For me, that is one of the more concerning aspects that people don't talk about. These animals do that. Fine, I get that. And they're there. And that's a separate issue because we can deal with them. But what I'm more concerned is people from my own group who actively were involved with that, because I want to understand that, because that, to me, I think is actually more of a crucial issue in the West than anything else at the moment.
I agree. And can I just say to Quinn 4XS, who says, "What does this fucking woman know?"
Ignore.
I mean, would you rather I just sit here quietly and
No. Ignore when the chat get like that. Ignore the chat, Aubrey. Ignore the chat.
But listen, if I don't have to speak on here. You guys don't have to have a debate with me. I think it's more interesting when you have a debate. Otherwise, it's I agree. The same points that you do every week. That's fine.
I agree, Aubrey, but I am acutely aware that you are a little bit outnumbered and
Right,
that's
and that doesn't intimidate me at all.
Well,
So.
more credit to you, but
I don't
also
think anybody needs to be taking anything here
Right.
personally.
Right.
And similarly, again, in a similar way to, I would never personally identify with my government or my monarch if they're against my interests. I don't think it's good for anybody to defend a government that's acting against their interests. Which brings the question, Aubrey, you've been defending America very resolutely so far in the points where you think you have a case and you have an interest. What is the interest of yours that America is defending currently through the war, war with Iran and through its domestic policy right now? Because one of the things that was interesting was at the beginning of the year, there was all the talk of Minnesota and the great deportations that were going on there. And I've not, because of all of the various news cycles that happened since, I've not heard much about the actual domestic agenda of mass deportations of illegal aliens in America for a while. What are the updates on that? The most I've heard about it recently was an interview that Stephen Miller gave on Fox News, where it seemed that he was trying to hedge somewhat by saying that actually we are in support of high value migration, where he seemed like he was trying not to answer the question directly, but that might have just been misrepresentation by some of the captions that I saw, which can of course distort viewing of the video. So I'm curious, seeing as you've been such a vehement defender, and this is value neutral, what are you seeing as this government right now is defending your interests?
Right. So I mean, I think that ICE has taken a little bit of a hit. Unfortunately, I think Trump did kind of make a mistake by backing down a little bit in that regard. I like Trump a lot, actually, I really do. But I really liked him coming out of the gate. I thought he was coming out strong. I think that he's made a few mistakes right now, and I think that backing down on the ICE thing was one of them. I think deportations are where we need to focus right now. And unfortunately, this Iran thing came up. I mean, listen, this Iran thing is like the worst possible thing that could happen right now for us, the people that support Trump, the people that
that's why I was saying all of you should be furious at him.
Well,
I mean, but you still get these.
I blame Iran. I don't blame him so much. I think I don't think that I don't blame him.
He's retarded. This was retarded.
I mean, Iran has fucked with us for years, again and again and
well,
again.
They weren't really, because they were like selling oil in dollars.
We're not letting them.
They were playing.
We're not going to let
by
them
your
have
rules.
a nuke. Do you want them to have nuclear weapons?
I really don't care. I'm more concerned about Israel having nukes.
But you know what? Those weapons could reach you from Iran.
They won't. Iran aren't lunatics. Iran aren't lunatics. They're not going to nuke Britain.
They are. Oh my God, they aren't lunatics. Really?
I mean,
and they fund so many of these.
Well, personally, from a British perspective, I see the government of Pakistan, given it's basically supported and abetted the grooming gangs of Pakistanis in Britain and done nothing to try and discourage or stop its own citizens from doing that. I see them as a much more pressing threat to Britain, purely because of their support, and they have access to nuclear weapons as well. And I don't hear as much talk about that when this subject comes up.
And as far as other countries having nuclear weapons or potential enemies of Britain, for me, it's all about yield and distance. Can ours reach you, and are they a bigger boom, basically?
Yeah. And I mean, isn't the entire point with nukes is that, okay, cool, you have some, so do we. So if you try it, you're just going to die anyway. So
yeah, but that's you cannot take reason and apply that to insanity, right? And there are some pretty insane freaking people that I don't want to trust in Iran, in their government. Listen, the Iranian people aren't even happy with their government.
Their government's never been
Then
stronger.
maybe they
to be
should
honest.
sort it out themselves.
Well, I see some there's some credibility to that. But listen, Iran has messed with us. They have killed our people again and again and again. They are
Not really.
funding it. Okay, I can give you point after point after point when they have, but they're funding so many of these jihadist groups that are also coming to you guys. The ones in Pakistan. Where do you think the money's coming from? Pakistan's not a wealthy.
Pakistan and Iran hate each other.
Well, okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, I
mean, like the thing is, like, with the
whatever. I don't know what factions are being supported by Iran and what ones aren't. I don't know. I don't fucking care. But they are paying for. They are funding this stuff.
I tell you what, Aubrey. What I'm going to do, because I'm kind of not happy the way things are going. All I'll say is I would want to reframe it as the people against the elites, and the biggest elites in the world are America, because they're the hegemony. That's how I'll reframe this. However, if you want to say something like, sort of say something now, and then we'll do a palate cleanser and move on, because I'm starting to get a bit uncomfortable with everything at the moment. So would you like to do uncomfortable?
Listen, you guys are all my friends. Like good friends of mine, actually. I consider you guys good friends. I don't take any of this personally.
I guess I'm worried on your behalf, Aubrey.
Oh, well, you don't need to be. Listen, I was a debater in school. It's just not intimidating. What was that? What was that?
I called him a simp.
Harry was just calling me a simp.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought
sorry, I'm glad someone said it.
Someone was being nice to.
And
frankly, that's
I don't know how to say that, but yes, thank you.
As Iron Duke would say, but she's just a girl.
She's just a girl. She's just a girl, boys. She's just a girl, and he's probably listening right now, and I love him. So
he's not. If he's listening, he'd be in chat.
That's true. That's true. He would be defending me right now, you guys.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be saying, "Sorry, Aubrey, you're just just don't listen to her. She's just a girl." That's what you know. That's what you're saying.
Boys, don't pick on her. She's just a girl. She's just a naive, sweet girl, a good girl. Yeah. So, and I am.
And he would have had like an epic rant about Churchill and the selling off of gold, right back along when we talked about like the British Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Okay,
even
this is all I'll
if
say,
you don't
and then
believe
I'll
that Churchill had
this.
Oh God. Sorry, I just want to say, even if you don't believe that Churchill had malicious intentions, the man was an absolute moron.
Yeah.
I think that both of our governments have made a lot of mistakes. I think that we both can make complaints left and right, and we have, about our governments. I don't support everything that. I'm not blindly following my government, but it sure as hell is a lot better right now than it was under Biden. My God. Who knows who running the country?
That's not saying much, though.
No, it's not. That's true. That's true. But it makes me much happier. I think that Donald Trump is a little bit of a loose cannon at times. Yes.
That's all we're trying to say.
Really. Like, is it better than Biden? Because,
yes,
like with Trump's problem is he turns everything into a clown show, right? So, like, this is why he's doing fewer deportations than Biden and Obama. Because it's all got to be for the cameras, whereas they just got on and did it.
We also are in his first year, so.
Well, yeah, I'm talking in just a year.
We'll see how many end up being deported. I really hope that he gets these people out of here. I really do. We've got a lot of problems that I don't know how we solve that are American made, like you said, from the civil rights era. We've got a lot of problems that I don't know I don't know how we fix them, but we need to.
At this point,
but the thing is, I was not raised at all, like in school, ever taught that you guys were our enemies. And so it's been surprising to me to hear how much anti-American sentiment there is when for us, we've been taught that you guys are our allies. So that's all I'll say about it. I think we both have internal issues we need to worry about. And I think these people coming in from these third world countries, changing our countries, both of us, the landscape, us not having a culture anymore. I think that's one of the biggest problems that I see. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah, with internal problems with America especially, but the rest of the West as well. The question now becomes, how do you unbake the cake?
Yeah.
Right? Because it isn't just that you do have all of these foreign populations, it's that you have huge numbers of the native populations as well, fully in support of it, due to conditioning and propaganda. Right. So the question becomes, how do you convert them, or do you simply need to seize power and get into a position where you don't need to convert them? You in a kind of Blairite fashion, just do it, tell the people that you've done it, and 10 or 20 years from now, they'll all just have gotten over it.
This is why
I'll take option 2, sir. I'm clicking the mouse. Option 2.
Yeah. Well, then the question becomes, how do you get that power?
Well, this is why I do think we do actually. The European peoples have better chances going forwards than America, because we have the fact that we are all ancient tribal people. We've got that identity full on. America, like what? Well, no, not really. Right, America's just Civnat, and they don't have that same ancient blood tie.
We came over from your country.
Yeah, but look at how many Americans will say they're anything but English. Most of them, it's like I'm Irish, I'm Italian, I'm.
Oh my God, that's not true at all.
I'm German, I'm Italian, I'm Irish.
Have English descent, and they talk about it. Again, I'm into genealogy, so I talk to a lot of people.
Plus America is a 50% white country anyway, so.
Look at the pretty
let's go, Mercy. Let's go, Mercy.
Areas where I live,
look at the pretty birdie. Look, it's built its nest. It's nesting season, and it's spent its first night sleeping over, and it's building its nest. Isn't this lovely, Aubrey?
Did you see my little things that I sent you that were my my top 3 from my ex? They were like little gophers, and mine are always really happy. You guys have these intense things, and then I have little gophers and little baby bears, and it's funny. And then I have a girl shooting guns, and then it goes back to the cute animals.
I thought I'd show you that, Aubrey.
That's Mercy Ann's favorite bird right there, which is absolutely adorable.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you want to move on to laughing at reform?
Oh yes,
absolutely.
Okay,
always.
I'm gonna share my thing.
I enjoyed the you guys, so thank you. I enjoyed it.
I feel like this pretty much sums up the stuff that's been going around reform the past week. Big Baz going to vote for his counties. Oh, look at those Greens, weirdos. Terrible. Oh, he gets the polling card and, the reform candidate, Jemima Begum. And as we go, the endless tide.
Oh, God.
It is insane.
I'm glad AI isn't good enough to make a video like this yet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh the montage alone says so much, and I've seen so many people speak to me, even in person, saying, I was going to vote for them, but this is kind of absurd. And a lot of people are genuinely rethinking it.
So has did Restore make this? And they're actually
no.
I was going to say, who made this?
Yeah. Oh, Harry, what? Because like the councillor elections are going to be Thursday, May the 7th. I brought this up on due extreme extended isolation, and I'm in two minds. I don't know whether to abstain from voting or find out the best candidate regardless of party. Any thoughts on this?
I suppose because it's local elections and that your council members, you can actually go to the meetings and speak to them and see them in person. There's a bit more of a connection than the national elections, you might be able to hold them a bit more accountable. Maybe if you get a really good councillor in, they might not be pushing for HMOs in your local area, for instance. They might withhold stuff like that. So it might be worth looking into who your best candidate is. Maybe.
When you
I know
say
that may not be based in that might be not be based in anti-democracy pill enough for people, but that is kind of how the local councils work. So
because
when you
I'm
say
advocating.
what does that mean over there? Is it the same as health? Are you talking about healthcare? Like
an HMO over here is a house of multiple occupation.
Okay,
Oftentimes
totally
they're set
different.
up in local areas to be used as big slums for refugees to be put in.
Right.
There
Okay,
are
got it.
things that local councils can do because government contractors will come in and try and buy stuff up, and then as part of the government contracts they'll try and disperse migrants across places. But councils can put in particular articles of complaint that mean that they're not able to put an HMO in a local area, for instance. So if you fill your council with good people like that, it can actually make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, to a degree, national government can just overrule them. So I'm kind of thinking it would do us good to see just reform get quite humiliated.
Honestly,
just really kill them.
Do any of you guys
I have the opposite attitude, which is that I think, if Restore aren't ready by the next election, Reform will still have a vote from me, because quite frankly, if they get in, I can then rub it in the smug faces of all of the Reform propagandists to be like, oh, is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is it? And I get to see all of them desperately try and defend it, and nothing will bring me more vindictive joy, quite frankly. And because at the end of the day, I think I'd still prefer Reform over what the hell the Greens have been recommending.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There is a part of me that thinks that it would be funny.
Yeah.
But also,
wait. Reform or Green? Which one?
Kind of either of them. Either way, you're voting for the foreign party.
Yeah.
But also, accelerationism in practice never actually works. I see a lot of people pointing out that apparently near the end of apartheid South Africa, there was basically like an accelerationist faction there. And so I assume they got everything that they wanted, and South Africa kind of keeps getting worse.
Any day now, the plan's going to all come together.
But my point is, at this point, you're literally choosing your flavor of accelerationism until Restore are ready.
Well, yes.
And so, out of them, sod it, Reform, because at least then I kind of care about the people who are campaigning for Reform, and I'd like to see them be snapped out of their delusions.
So, do any of you guys have an interest in getting into politics, in local politics?
I did run. I did run. Really? I ran several years ago. Yeah, I ran as.
I was a part of my local branch of UKIP since 2019. I didn't trust Farage with Reform, or the Brexit Party as it originally was. And I didn't trust him in the slightest, so I stuck with them and essentially tried to keep them going for as long as I possibly could until literally all of the support from head office basically dried up, and we were just left basically fending for ourselves.
AI, I think you'd be very good in politics, actually.
But that's why he was kept out.
Well, given my high-profile public persona, unless I could get involved with a party that would be able to weather that and stand by me. I would imagine Restore would, but they're not really in my local area just yet. I imagine I would just bring too much controversy, and I would be more trouble than I would be worth.
Right.
In a position like that. So I've kind of accepted my position for now.
So
there is one problem
that we do to go forward.
Well, I mean, the getting involved in the local politics stuff is all well fine. I mean, one of the problems that I came across was that I made this said this to Iron Duke, and this became like a bit of the whole thing. One of the problems I had was we have a sizable Portuguese community, and a lot of the Portuguese There's a couple of them that are in the Conservative Party, and there's a couple that are in the Labour Party, but they're all part of like the same family, rough, cousins and all that sort of stuff. And it was kind of like this oligarch sort of dynastic uniparty sort of thing going on. And I said, I came to a very clear realization, like, okay, this small, and there's not that many of them. It's small in comparison, but they held such sway and dominance because of how organized they were on the local level, that is a problem. And when it comes down, I mean, we talk about like foreign, like types of foreign influence, whether they be like from the Orient or Arabia or what have you. I mean, the problem that we have is foreign influence in Britain. I mean, quite frankly, number one, they not only they should not be here, but if they are here, they definitely should not be allowed to be voting or standing in local elections.
Yeah.
Because this is where you have minority issues get forefront. Even if, I mean, yes, they are European, well, up for debate in some regards, but the point is that they are European, but they still have minority group interests, and so, and I think actually this is the question for our age when they talk about national sovereignty. It is actually more deeper than that, because in reality, what we're talking about is, and we saw that clip stuff with UKIP. Sorry, not UKIP. Sorry, the Reform Party. All these this compilation of candidates who are just one of them came here a few months ago from Bangladesh. Part of the Boris wave. And I do fear that Restore may go. I do hope that they don't, but we'll see what will happen with them. We can't have this situation where British people, the majority, are constantly kept out of politics. And I know why this. We all know why this has been done, because they want to have these minority issues going on, because that is how the system is set. And the question we have to ask is, how do we break that system? How do we, being the majorities, the actual inheritors of our lands, wrestle control from the current people who are governing our nations? That is ultimately. And how do we circumnavigate foreign interests? When I was running, I was very much in, with, like, I said, on the local Portuguese level, and I was friendly and everything, and I realized that, look, I was quite inculcated with a lot of these people. And as a councillor, but it won't be Portuguese, but you'll have some form of foreign. It may be from, like, if you're in Northern England, the Pakistani, an imam with some sort of tribal family from Pakistan and everything. So you'll have to be inculcated with that. That is the problem that you have.
I think if we want to fix things, we need to address how, and this is going to sound a bit harsh, but I'm going to say it. I think we need to address how genuinely low IQ some people, like some voters, are. And like, one of my co-workers the other day, we were talking about some political stuff, because we're not afraid of like having a bit of a chat about it at work. And I generally got to witness the words come out of a person's mouth, which is, "What's the Holocaust?" And this is someone in their 30s. And I for what it's worth, they were the only person there who was like that. The rest of us were all like, what? But it's like, it is so baffled how low information some people can be. Now, in fairness, I don't think she votes, but like, still, that's still such. I mean, when you talk about like, what is it, like 60% of people? It's 60 or 40% of people don't vote, and like that's such a massive amount.
Yeah, because I mean, it's all shit though.
Those people to vote,
Well, true.
I think Restore is going to bring out a lot of non-voters the same way the Brexit vote did.
Well, I'm hoping
I genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
But in a similar aspect, I think we really need to wake people up on the Brexit thing, because again, like, this thing is, the only really the people that I interact with is people from work, so most of my anecdotes will be from there. But we often have a thing at my workplace where I work in a shop, that's all you're getting. But we often have a thing of, oh, bloody Brexit, these things that we get in from Germany take like 2 weeks to get here. And whenever that topic comes up, I'm always thinking like, well, can we not just, could no one in England actually manufacture that kind of stuff themselves? It's not something that couldn't be manufactured.
Yeah, why do we have to
But
import from the rest of the world all the time?
But this is the thing, is like when something gets set up, so it's like, this'll, I don't know, it reminds me of something gets set up and it's meant to be a solution to a problem, but people just sidestep what it's actually meant to be doing. Like this, I'm not explaining this very well, and I'm sorry. The best example I can make is, when the 10 pence plastic bag thing got put in.
Yeah.
For those in America, if we ever want a plastic carrier bag from the shops, we have to pay 10 pence for each bag now. And if stores don't and make sure to enforce that, they get fined up to £500 for that, for not doing it. Now, the intention of that was to try and reduce plastic usage and have people bring their own bags to work. Yes, people should do that. It's just, it's easier, they're better bags, whatever. But no one does that. They're just like, okay, more money out of my pocket. And no problem has actually been solved except for money being funneled to the government now. Or let's probably doesn't go to the government, to be fair. But it's just more money out of people's pocket instead of people actually addressing the problem that it was meant to be solving.
I agree.
And in that thing, when stuff gets put in with like Brexit, where it's like, well, let's make it so it's not, so that we're not just constantly importing cheap tat from other countries. We don't then say, well, okay, maybe we can try and produce some of that here. We just think, well, let's just make the cheap tat more expensive. The actual problem hasn't been solved. It's just, I don't have a solution here. It's just something that's been on my mind lately, where we're just kind of ignoring these things that are meant to be solving problems and just making things worse for ourselves because we don't want to actually fix the problem.
One thing
am I making sense here?
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to finish?
No, I'm just asking. Like, am I making sense here? Because
I'm you totally are. I to agree with that. Actually, to kind of go off of that, one thing I do like that Trump did was taking a look at all of this, internal. I mean, look at in Minnesota, the Luring Center, Luring Center. I mean, the most ridiculous thing. And I mean, you talk about like an internal problem we've got to take care of right there. But it was so interesting to see actually listed all of this crap funding that's been, our taxpayer money that we're all working hard for, just going off to these ridiculous, politicians from Somalia or whatever, some stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing happened with that though, did it?
Well, I think uncovering it is at least something.
Mm.
I have been told by people from Minnesota that it's still being worked on.
It's not solving the problem, but at least somebody's doing something to dig that up, and that makes me happy. And I think, hopefully hopefully, I mean, that should enrage Americans. It really should. Of course, you've got half of us, not the liberal Democrats, the liberals that are just like walking around with some kind of like daze. I don't even understand what's going on with them. I don't even understand it. You've got rational people sometimes that are just absolutely just not seeing reality whatsoever. And I don't understand it. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you want to share this, Mercian?
Yeah.
So this was a recent by-election.
I am going to I'm going to have to shoot off, chaps. It's getting a bit late for me now for work tomorrow and everything, and I have to have another obligation or two before I go to bed. So I'm going to have to say goodbye. Sorry to be quite abrupt here. It's been a pleasure.
One thing I will tell you, Harry, you get some. You've had comments about your hair over the years. The long hair is based. Fuck all of them.
Yes, absolutely.
Based long hair.
Yes, it's always nice to have a metal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to me about all the America. And, stuff.
I just want to say it's always nice to have Zoomer Northern representation on the Lotus Eaters. Please don't ever leave.
Well, I'll take that into account. Thank you all very much, and thanks for being so kind about
Thank you.
my hair. So I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Cheers.
Hi, Harry. Bye, Harry.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, JFC. Oh, you're in.
you're just coming
chat.
on.
What a shame.
Yeah, I was in chat. Yeah.
What a shame. What a shame you've only just come on. Hello and goodbye.
Yeah. good to talk with you.
I sub in fast, don't I?
Do you know him then, JFC? Do you guys know each other?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
They're just like passing ships. You saw him in the chat.
I see.
Yeah. So, well, for that. So this story is about a little by-election they had just recently in Margate in Kent. And this was another one which Reform were the favourites to win. But then on the day, people just go, I don't like these guys. And so the Green wins. Another Green win from a sort of a place that was expected to go Reform. Because Reform's, all their polling, like all these things, all these sort of by-elections, they always, on the day, people just go, ugh. I don't know, they get like this Reform ick that drives them off.
I don't understand how people don't have the Green ick, given any like knowledge of their. I mean, I've got to assume that it's all coming from zero knowledge of their policies. Because anything I see is just.
I think
I
the
don't
Green.
know. If you're not insane communist, I don't know what there is to vote for Green, because a normal person will be. I actually want to print off their manifesto. I mean, even simple stuff like they want to reduce the speed limit from 70 on motorways to 50 and 20 in cities. It's sort of like if you're a normal person, that's insanity.
They
agreed.
Yeah, where's I got it? Yeah, Green Party plans to reduce speed limit in Britain's motorways to 55 miles per hour under Zach Polanski's war on motorists. And then taxes on driving would be increased incrementally, while parking spaces would be steadily reduced in a bid to drive people from the roads.
I mean,
it's unreal.
I mean, saying it's a war on motorists is the kind of thing that commentariat like us would say, but hasn't it actually been like what he said he's actively aiming to do? Like, hasn't he literally said, "I want to go on a war against motorists," which is insane to admit.
And as we talked about when we were talking about like the petrol prices and diesel prices and everything, this isn't. I mean, I believe that their deputy. You never ran this past a deputy, and even the deputy went, "That's insanity."
I think I saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
He does look like it. All I'm saying is he looks like a stereotype. He looks like something I would make a Wojak of.
Well, people found his mother this week.
No.
What does that mean?
Quickly before you move on, right? Did you notice that Restore says, "Well, we'll make the speed limit 80 miles an hour."
Oh, brilliant!
Based.
That's what it is here in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get rid of it completely. Really, that'd be mine.
A speed limit.
Yeah.
On the motorways.
I'd love to see the government.
I mean, I wouldn't do it on all the stretches of motorways. I'd just do like anything that's a bit of a straight and not a harsh corner. There are a few harsh corners on our motorways. Anything like that, it's fine. Like you just got to accept the fact that lorries will you sort of like the overtake lanes make them sort of no speed limit, and then like there's a speed limit on like
or you could
the main left lane.
You could just keep speed limits for the big transport trucks.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. I would love to see the world actually as Therium would run it. I don't think I would be unhappy.
The Germans get along quite fine without speed limits on their motorways.
Speed limits is one of those things where you don't need it for people who are like normal, like intelligent people driving their car. You know how safe it is, what speed is safe for your car to be. It's there in place to deal with the morons.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Lowest common denominator.
It's
And
actually
some people are driving tanks now. They're driving these huge SUVs. So they hit like I've got a tiny little Miata. Somebody hits me, I'm dead. You know, if they hit me at 80 miles per hour, 90
I
miles
don't
per
know.
hour.
I mean, I don't know, Aubrey. Let's find a MX-5. I'm going to find this out for you because you are putting down your car.
No, I love my car. It's little, but that's the thing. Like, if my boyfriend's truck slammed into me
Well,
at 90 miles per hour, I'd
we-
be gone.
we don't have the penis compensating massive trucks in Britain, so.
Well,
Right,
okay, well, we have cowboys there. So
I know you want to move on at a second, Theron.
was so
We'll
mean.
get. Because I'm the car guy. I want to do this for, but I want to put a mind at ease.
Don't you guys have SUVs like as much as we do, or do you guys not drive?
Not quite the same size. Like,
Oh, so it handled it fairly well.
Do you have any idea like how much we'd be shelling out for fuel? Remember the fuel cost differences. We can't.
Yeah, that's true. So small cars are kind of more what you guys
Yeah.
have. Like, okay. See,
like
here-
even SUVs, like we don't have like the Cadillac Escalade or anything like that.
Yeah. See, we're filled with those and huge trucks, and frankly, my choice of car was maybe not the brightest, but
Right, okay, so this is your car, is it not, Aubrey?
well, yeah, I can't see it. You gotta.
Yeah, it's called the MX-5 over here. You call it the Miata, but it's the same car, isn't it?
It is. It's an MX-5. Mine is a
Hold
Mazda
on,
X5.
I've got to
sorry.
share this tab. This is the car, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. You don't have this in America. We have the Euro NCAP, right? It has a 4-star safety. You're quite safe in that car.
Okay. Nice. Well, thank you, Mercy.
I can send you this document, and you can see how safe it is.
Well, thank you. I feel much better.
Yeah, because
do,
I think my issue with women is I want a big SUV to be safe. Some SUVs aren't safe.
And then they can't drive them. I mean, women are terrible drivers. I'm not.
Correct.
Everybody else is.
So if you want a copy of this sheet to know how safe your car is, and you can present it to anyone who says, "Oh, that diddly little car isn't that safe," well, actually, the Euro NCAP says this is how safe my car is, and then compared to this ridiculous SUV that women have, and I hate to do this to you, Aubrey, but women have no taste in cars whatsoever.
Mercian,
My car's cute. It's a cute car, and it's
Can we see the Euro NCAP safety rating for the glorious beast that is the Toyota Hilux?
You want to do that one?
It broke the test, so inconclusive.
Mercy, and I thank you. And I'm going to walk a little taller today now after reading this report. So
safety rating 120%.
Hold on.
And you know what? It is MX-5. It's a Mazda MX-5 over here too. So
I just call it the Miata.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's an MX-5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have a look for the Toyota Hilux and Euro. I'll just do it through Google because I can't do it through the stupid website.
Nah, I choose to believe that it broke any test and is thus immeasurable.
I can't believe how expensive gas is for you guys. Oh
It's
my
insane.
gosh.
Right, okay, so here's the Toyota Hilux. And we'll have a look at the data sheet. Share this tab instead. 3 stars. So
it broke the test.
Wow. So my car scores higher for safety.
This is the thing that people.
It's got the same for the occupants. It's got the same for the occupants. It's the safety assist that's letting it down. So what's safety assist? What does that mean?
That's like if it beeps, because somebody is coming on your side, and your side like
okay,
but it's actual
physical protection of you is even better than your car.
Safety assist comments the Hilux has a seatbelt reminder system as standard covering the front and rear seats. All other items relevant to the safety assist are provided in the optional safety pack and are not incled in this assessment.
Sort yourself out, okay? You use your eyes to see someone's near you.
So, but my point is, just because a car's big doesn't mean it's any safer. It's a myth.
The high center of gravity makes a big difference too, because my car is so low. That would add to its, that would be a benefit. This car is much higher.
Yeah, so there you go. It's a myth that bigger cars are more safe. It's just a myth.
Okay. Well, I feel better.
Do you want?
Right.
Well, we've got Zach Polanski's mother was found. She is
oh my
a
god,
BDSM cam girl.
Oh my god.
And it goes by Anna Aroma, real name Arva Marder. It's been revealed as his mother.
there are so many comments to make. There are
Hey,
so many comments
she's got
to
a
make.
great figure for her age, so I'll give her that. I mean, my god. But
Yeah, and that.
How much has this affected him growing up?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
yeah,
kidding.
like people have commented. It's like, oh, okay.
All of his
Apparently-
friends in high school would have been giving him so
Apparently-
much. Oh my god.
Apparently, the family, his family, all hate him.
Oh, wow.
So,
Another great Basil the Great post.
Yeah.
He makes fantastic comment.
Basil is literally a rat. You're never too far away from Basil the Great.
Oh, that's harsh.
It's a joke.
It's a rat.
Hey, I like rats.
Oh, fair.
My ex girlfriend kept rats, and I quite like them now.
They are very
they're pretty cute. They're smart.
There was also this new thing. Manchester was mentioned earlier. There's a new plan in Manchester.
We're here on for the
boy or a girl?
LGBTQ plus majority housing scheme with 100% affordable homes. 80 of those will be extra care at social rent with 40 for shared ownership. Now you might be asking, why do we need specific housing for LGBTQ plus people?
Oh my god.
What's the need for it? It's opinion, it's based on facts and research. We need.
Will you tell him what the facts and research are? No. But I like this idea.
That jacket right there just makes her look like a big puffalump, and it's hard to take it seriously. I'm sorry.
But I like this idea. It's like, okay, we take all the gays and we stick them in one building.
In one building.
Brilliant. We just keep them all there.
Cram them in there.
All the people lobbying for this will be the same people who scream that ghettos ruined the black community. Like, I wonder, this is just going to make a gay ghetto?
Yeah. And then we can build a wall around it, to keep them safe. So
Yeah.
I love this idea. I think this is a great idea. We should have more just gay ghettos.
That's insane.
Families in a Welsh seaside town raised £6,000 to mount a legal challenge to stop 30 affordable homes being built amid fears people from Birmingham could move in.
Reasonable fear. Reasonable fear.
What are these Birmingham people? I think they mean Mercian, right? That must be what they mean.
Well, they'd be misinformed because I'm not from Birmingham, as we all know.
Please tell me. Hang on. Do we have the people from Birmingham could be near here? I hate people from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, those Birmingham people. Oh.
There it is. Second reply. I knew it.
Yeah.
What in the
No, the next one down. The second reply. There it is. People from Birmingham could be here. I hate people from Birmingham. I love that it's so much. It's so good.
I just love the new sort of phrase. People from Birmingham. Yeah, we know what you mean.
Mercy, and I want you to show my top 3 X things when we're done here.
Oh, of course. So
I
I'll
sent
line them
to
up.
you. They're very, very quick. Very quick.
There was.
We didn't do the X headlines, did we? We got.
We did a couple.
We started.
Oh, I didn't do mine.
No.
Yeah, we did like the school teachers one.
Yeah, there was this thing which a lot of people have been saying is ridiculous. That police have given schoolgirls rape alarms in the Scottish town over fear of being stalked by hotel migrants. And obviously it's absurd because just get rid of them, get rid of the foreigners, right? But on the other hand, I am thinking this might be a bit of a good thing because it's the police are admitting there's a problem here.
Right.
Whereas I feel like in previous years it would just be, oh, stop being racist.
That's true, admittedly.
But they are sort of admitting these guys are a problem.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw this, I was just reminded of, okay, you guys have seen The Simpsons, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
A friend of mine actually drew for that show.
Oh, nice. Have you ever seen the episode where Bart gets that really like fancy belt?
Oh yeah.
And he gets cornered by bullies, and he presses like this button that says emergency, and it just sends out a little like parachute with a sign that just says "Call the police." It's like, that's all I could think of when I saw this. So I'm like, well, I mean, I'm sure that'll make someone in the area do something. But then again, like, I mean, you know, let's really get down to brass tacks. The entire point of this is to get the attention of anyone in the area to come and help you. But then we literally have situations like, you might not have seen this, Aubrey, but I think it was like about 6 months ago. There was some migrant, or maybe not a migrant, maybe he was homegrown. I don't know. But he just like pulled his pants down on like the London Underground, and was just, and it was like in a bunch of, you know, British lads kicked the crap out of him for that. And then after that, the police were like, well, we're still trying to find these people who assaulted this poor man.
Oh my God.
Like, genuinely.
That's like Daniel Penny. That reminds me of the Daniel Penny case over here. The ex-Marine, you know, that was on the, for anybody that doesn't know this,
But
he was
I mean,
on the subway, I believe, right, in New York City.
But I mean, to my understanding, this, you know, it's not even like this guy was like badly injured or killed or anything. They just beat the crap out of him to get him to stop. And the police are still, well, we can't have people actually fixing problems in their community. No, that's our problem to watch and do nothing about.
Well, look at some of the you guys were showing just the other day a march, right? And the cops are going, there was so many more cops with the people that were pro you guys that were saying like, get out to the immigrants. You remember the march video that we watched, and the cops are surrounding them. Then you've got all these crazies that are like, you know, screaming about, you know, whatever.
The policing only goes one way.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's not a mistake or
No.
coincidence either. That's
entirely
entirely intentional and on purpose.
Right. Those guys should have been lauded as heroes, just as Daniel Penny should have been. You know, let's get back to chivalry, where like men actually do things to protect women, that they do things to get, you know, to protect the decency, right? That's something that used to be applauded.
Yeah. And I mean, like, and this is the thing, is this always, this bit with the alarms always, like, it had me feeling, like, very mixed, because on the one hand, you know, no, little girls should not need this. But on the other hand, I also think that, you know, people should be given the equipment to defend themselves. But that's not what this is. This is just an extra to ask for help. Now, I don't know, maybe they should be given self-defense lessons, or, you know, in an amazing...
You've got to be careful with self-defense lessons in women, because you've been to any like these martial arts things. It's all very.
I haven't,
you know,
but
it's all very like it's very. There's no resistance ever in like the techniques.
Right.
And,
I think it gives them a false sense of security, frankly, because I tell you, like men, you guys are so much stronger than us.
Oh yeah.
So
that if we don't have like, and you know what, I carry a gun. And if I still, if I don't get, you know, right away, if you're going to be attacked, you're already at such a disadvantage.
Well, this is the thing, and I can't advocate that schoolgirls be given guns. Even
of course, yeah, of course.
Even if I would love that.
What can you guys have mace? Can you have pepper spray there?
I'm pretty sure that's illegal, honestly.
Yeah, that's illegal.
God,
it's ridiculous.
So I once went to this self-defense thing, this martial arts thing, and we're doing knife disarms, and I'm with this woman who was like the guy running it. It was like his star pupil. She'd been doing it for ages, and I've got the knife, and I just don't let go, and she can't do the disarming techniques on me because she doesn't have the strength. But she was like, okay, you got to release it so we can practice the technique. It's like, what is the fucking point in this?
Yeah,
it's not realistic.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the problem with all these things.
I think the trouble with me is that I have such a distorted view on like the average strength of women because I literally grew up like surrounded by my best friends who were all like tomboys and were very athletic, and like I was literally like the skinny nerd amongst a bunch of
Amazon women.
And I have literally grown up and I'm now with my girlfriend who literally weightlifts. So it's like I have a distorted view of how
that might be, that might be
women
an
are.
exception. But I'll tell you, like when
I know it's an exception, but that's my point. Is
Yeah.
like I have such a twisted view of what the
Right.
norm is. So
Right. Yeah, but
So-
you guys just your upper body strength, especially like
Yeah.
I mean, your arms, like I just kind of like wrestle around, play around with my boyfriend. I mean, I'm pinned in a second. Of course, I'm only
Yes.
5'1 3/4, so I'm pretty small.
Were you gonna say something there, Tharium?
No, I was going to ask you. Do you remember academic agents' rage against the female ab? And I
Against
wonder
what?
what your thoughts about
Mate,
that
I was one of the biggest people that were arguing back against that when that happened.
What against what did you say?
Oh, the academic agent many years ago, this was back like 2021 or something like that, was just raging that any man who is attracted to women with muscles is clearly gay. And it's
wow.
it's
That's
a
a
common
statement to make.
it's a common rage-based tactic by men.
Hunt down the buff
maybe,
women.
That is literally my on.
I do remember that meme we were sharing of like that turtle-like creature licking the woman's abs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
It's a classic
there's-
meme that's shared around, to be honest.
I mean, simping's always bad, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been accused of being a simp on this stream. Not happy.
Just today. So Therium, would you prefer a girl who could like spar with you?
I
with
love
a sword?
I love the idea of warrior
Or
women.
do you want
on,
to be
hold
the
on.
knight in shining armor that zooms in and
Oh no, like ladies with swords. Oh, I like
hang
that.
on.
It's a
Okay.
weakness for me.
Oh,
Hang on,
difficult,
I need
though.
to put Anna Mercy in. I'm just gonna send you the words of Todd Howard himself. Not actually Todd Howard, but give me a sec. Where is your name? There you are. If you could just display this. This needs to be shared around more often, in my opinion.
Let's have a look. Okie doke. Let me share screen. It's a whole thing. It's a
Yes,
whole
it is.
thing.
Yes, it is.
This one,
I like
right? I
that.
think this is the
Man's
right one.
being
This is the
married
right one, isn't it?
That's the one. The Bible describes the noble wife as a tomboy. She is, according to Proverbs, good at and enjoying a variety of craft skills, a shrewd businesswoman who makes a profit, energetic, optimistic, outspoken, and kind, and eschews traditional charm and beauty for personal betterment. God demands that
Charm
you
and
marry
beauty are kind of
tomboys.
nice.
It's that simple.
Right, that I pick up logs. Oh,
She's got to
wow.
help you build the
That's
house. I mean,
nice.
just
Yeah.
sit around. Yeah, I can't have that.
All right.
Look,
yeah.
look. If my woman is to cook me my meals, she needs to be out there and hunting the boar herself.
Okay.
Well, I've found Tharim's perfect woman.
Oh,
And
hold on a second.
Shit.
She is giant.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Is she white?
Yeah.
Really
Is she?
tan, I
I was
guess.
gonna say,
well,
actually,
yeah,
that's, in fairness, that is common.
Yeah,
right,
the body,
right. The bodybuilders
bod-
do that.
yeah, they go the chocolate face.
So would you guys
100
prefer a girl that is really really fit like that? That's like
Yeah.
kind of
Nah.
muscly, or
Yeah, I
don't
somebody
need
that's
that.
just normal?
Yeah.
Just normal.
Then
not
you
fat.
would.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Like
wants
muscly,
the full.
okay.
Yeah,
He wants
wants
a
to
girl
be-
that can kick his ass and
Yeah.
pin him
Yes.
down. Right. Okay. Got it.
I
Harry-
subscribe to the Spike Spiegel route of dating.
All right. Well, yeah. Therium, you would want to be the knight in shining armor, though, the hero, with a girl that can spar with you.
yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Mercian.
You're a nice guy. We know where you'd go.
I've gone from nice guy to simp. I'm seething.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing under the sun. Women such as that don't shit test. They don't have to.
Well, we had the Artemis 2 launch going to the moon. Unfortunately, only women were sent to photograph it. So this reflection is all we got.
That's horrible.
Oh God,
that's horrible.
Typical.
That's all we got of it. Sorry, guys. Wish I could show more, but
Also, Mercy, and I sent you my top 3 things on X.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry about that, JFC. Don't worry.
That is so funny.
Yeah. Pablo Escobar's wild hippos facing a cull in Colombia.
No.
People
Jum's kind
don't
of
appreciate how dangerous hippos are.
yeah, they're totally nuts.
There is a reason that the Egyptians referred to them as water demons, okay? They are so powerful and so violent.
Yeah, Duke's friend.
I would rather face a lion than I would a hippo.
Yeah, and these ones, because these were all Pablo Escobar, so they're not supposed to be in the Amazon. But he had this zoo, and when he got killed, then they all they were all just released from the zoo, went into the wild. Nothing stops them, so they just spread, causing absolute chaos. And apparently there were sort of ideas of well, maybe we could just capture them and then sterilize them. Yeah, fucking right. You're trying to do that with these psychopath hippos. Not happening.
Probably hopped up on cocaine as well. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Hopped up hippos.
Coke hippo. Well, they would also just annihilate the local ecosystem. Like, look at the size of them. Look how much they probably have to eat. They would completely ruin.
Yeah,
the
they've been doing
local,
that.
Like food chain.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to a podcast about this guy who was in a boat and in Africa, and this hippo went underneath the water and just lifted the boat up.
Oh yeah.
Puts him out of the boat, and this guy is literally in its mouth. Like, that's how big these things are. And this happened to Duke's friend too, and it popped his kneecap out, and the guy actually, both of them survived, which is remarkable.
Wow, that's very impressive because these things can kill incredibly easily.
Right, because can't they move pretty fast too?
Yeah.
It is terrifying how fast they move.
Yeah.
Here's an American thing. Quadruple amputee pro cornhole player allegedly shot and killed acquaintance during argument and drove off with body.
It's a human nugget.
How in the world? That's
This is him.
Human nugget.
It's him shooting a shooting gun. Apparently, so they were in a car together. They get in a fight. Somehow, this thing is able to draw a gun, point it at the guy, at the other person, and shoot him. And then he drives off to dump the body.
Long enough that you could disarm him.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I can't see him doing a quick draw.
Right.
He can't be disarmed. He doesn't have any arms.
I'm sorry, Aubrey. You're gonna have to explain what is cornhole.
And I was going to get onto that.
I know.
And then cornhole.
Actually.
This is. Why do you call it cornhole? It just sounds dirty and horrible.
It does, doesn't it?
does.
I know.
Yeah.
It does. Well, it's kind of a dirty game if you think about it. It could be. If you're thinking about that key in the door, remember?
What?
Wait, it's about throwing sacks into a hole, right?
I know.
Oh, right.
You see what I'm saying? He was talking earlier about the teacher that said putting a key in the door is dirty. I was alluding to that.
But what is cornhole? Like, genuinely?
It's
So
this
you-
thing here.
Yeah, you stand back and it's just a board with a hole in it. And I think people like on farms maybe did this because they were bored. I don't know. I don't really know. But at bars, you'll see this. And they just take these bean bags and they toss them. And whoever can get it closest without like knocking the other person's in or something. I don't know. I've never played.
Oh, so it's kind of like the shuffleboard, but like more working class.
Right.
Yeah.
But but you're standing back and you're throwing it.
Yeah, okay.
From
Yeah.
a distance.
Pura horseshoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Very similar to that, actually. Yeah.
Hold on,
Okay.
Zen. So you've never heard of you've never heard of the great cornholio that needs teeth?
I have heard that phrase, but I thought that was just gibberish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dear me.
Yeah, Bruce, he says, then he won a gymnastics tournament and everyone claps. Yeah, what was the deal there? Was he on something?
It's incredibly unbelievable.
I just can't imagine. Maybe the other person had some kind of issue as well because
they were both like.
Oh, they're both like this. Imagine seeing that fight, like quadruple amputees fighting each other. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, he's on a wrestling
Okay.
mat. I see.
Have you seen? I think it's Jackass 3D where they hire a bunch of midgets to have like a bar fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get the midget police to come in and break it up, and then midget paramedics to come in and collect the injured guy. That's all I'm picturing.
I didn't know there were so many midgets in different careers like that.
No, it's a bit.
gag. I know.
It's a bit. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's a movie. I get it.
Jackass 3D is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then when you were on before, Zen, we mentioned New York going after Valve for the Counter-Strike loot boxes, saying how it's dangerous to the children. They've now decided, actually, how about you just give us a cut of all the sales? Then you can keep doing it. So, that shows.
When people ask what happened to like mafias and like organized crime, they just all went into government and were able to do the exact same thing, just now enforced by
You're
the
right.
state.
You're right. You guys, did you? This is a little bit of a change of subject, but did you hear in New York about how Mamdani is going to take money and give it to in different increments, different amounts to the different races, and like the white race gets like 3 cents on the dollar, and then the black race gets like $1.97 or something, or like it's in a $3 like increment or something like that. Anyway, it's ridiculous.
And that is what he promised.
Yeah, and he's also saying he literally said that he's trying to get white people out of New York, which it's just crazy. I can't believe in this day and age that statements like that can even be made. But
it's hilarious when they'll just say the quiet part out loud. I mean, this is what I was talking about like the war on motorists thing. Like they've stopped trying to like allude to things. Now they're just like, no, this is absolutely what we're doing.
Right.
It's like
they don't even hide
like
it anymore.
It's like with immigration, the amount of people that will just admit this is revenge for you once being an empire. Like, we're just admitting that then, okay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're not doing it, but actually we are doing it and you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mercian.
Oh, here we go.
The UK's best-selling car is a Chinese SUV that looks like a Range Rover, but costs £14,000 less.
Less.
Okay,
than,
but is it?
This is it.
But is it better?
It's still pretty expensive, though.
I just want to say, I fucking hate women buying cars. This is entirely driven by fucking women. I need to be safe. Make it big. I want it to be tall. Can't fucking drive the thing. And we end up, all cars now have to look like that piece of Chinese shit.
And these women don't know how to drive these huge vehicles they get too. I mean, they don't know how to parallel park them. They don't know how to back them up. They don't know. And they are dangerous. And they're looking at their text, looking at their kids in back. Oh my God.
I mean, Theron put me like Supermoon was on about getting a 911 and Theron was making the joke because he was sort of like, do you want to buy a car to get a woman? And I'll maintain this. If you're buying a car to attract a woman, buy a big SUV. Women have no taste in cars.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me what a guy drives, actually.
If you're buying a car to impress a woman, you buy honestly, you buy the Mercedes or the Porsche version or any kind of high-end badge of that. That's what you do, and the women love it. And women are ruining the car industry. outside of the green thing, but the green thing is led by women. Women have ruined cars for me.
I would totally take a guy that had like an Audi convertible or something. I'd be fine with that. But my boyfriend is the most like, you talk about base, like, yeah, no, he would not.
I mean, I'd respect them more if they genuinely pick like something like a Toyota Hilux or something like that. They buy these things, and in this country, they buy like the car on stilts, is what I call it. It's like based on like a Ford Fiesta, and it's on stilts. All cars now, you can't have a fun car anymore. You can't have a cool looking car. You got to have a box on fucking wheels.
This is
have a Subaru Impreza. Damn it!
This is the interior of that JQ. You see, it's got a big screen. I bet the women love this. Ooh, it's got a big screen, isn't it?
Ooh, we can watch movies.
Devoid.
We can see our texts in larger print.
So the other ones that this JQ outstrips were the Ford Puma.
I've never heard of it.
The Nissan Qashqai, and the Kia Sportage.
I think we have the Kia Sportage over here, but I've never heard of the others.
Well, I'm just going to share my screen for a moment because I'm just going to make another point. What is thought to be my favourite car on this stream, or a car I'd like to have?
The Subaru Impreza.
Mercian is so happy right now because we're talking about cars. I just want to
Subaru Impreza, right? Okay, they don't make an Impreza anymore. They call it a WRX, right? Let's have a look at Subaru's website, shall we? Let's see what cars they're pushing first. Okay, so because of fucking women, are there any WRXs?
I know it's all SUVs now.
All SUVs, right? We'll stop when we come across a WRX, shall we?
It was hard for me to find a sedan, frankly. Well, mine's not a sedan, but a car instead of an SUV because that's what everybody's buying now.
Crosstrek, Outback, Forester, sort of.
It's only SUV,
and they all look the same.
And hold on, we'll go to Ford. Ford are a big car company across the world.
They do still make the Mustang though.
Right now,
the Mustang was my backup of the Miata.
I'm not Ford. Give me a cookie. Oh, this is a Ford Puma. What's that? A little Fiesta on fucking stilts. Electric. Ford Capri. Does that look like a Ford Capri to you? No, it's a bloody Focus on stilts. What's this? What an Explorer? Explore what? You'll get fucking lost with that. What's the Mustang Mach-E? It's a sports car on fucking still. Women ruin cars.
Wait, is that supposed to be like that's the Mustang you said?
It's the electric one, yeah.
Yes, the electric Mustang.
Yeah, the
Mustang's a cool car though. What's your problem with the Mustang?
That's not a Mustang.
Electric?
Oh, I thought you guys said
not
that.
supposed to be
electric. Yeah, that's horrible. It's not. Muscle cars are not supposed to be electric.
Not only that, Aubrey, look, the electric SUV.
Oh,
with sports car swagger. You fucking wish it had swagger.
Oh, I've got swagger.
Sorry, I stepped aside for a minute.
Sorry, you missed my epic rant then, Zen.
I caught a good chunk of it, but I really needed the restroom.
It's so sad that for Mercian is having a lot of. He's having a bad day now.
But this is the future. This is the future, though.
What actually is your because earlier when I said Toyota Hilux, that is functionally that's the car I would if I had to choose a vehicle, that would be mine. But if we ignore functionality and are going full kind of you love the aesthetics of it, what is your favorite car?
You don't know this.
I'm not here very often. So.
Let me give you a hint. Subaru Impreza.
Oh yeah, you were saying it was
dying for one of those.
Yeah.
And then he's going to join the rally car races or whatever they're called. And I don't like that because I don't want him to get hurt because they look very dangerous.
That's half the fun,
Yeah.
though.
I know, you boys. Ugh.
Wait, yeah, but this is the future of rally, Marcian.
Oh God.
I mean, for me, like peak, like car aesthetic. It's you know the 2007 Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Camaro that he finds Bumblebee as at the start of the movie, not the shitty modern one that he turns into later. The sleek classic Camaro at the start.
Yeah,
of the movie.
my ex had one of those, and
It's kind of
70s era?
car.
It's 76. It's kind of crappy.
Yeah.
It's kind of a piece of shit to a degree, and that's why I love it. It's junky in that really like classy style. I love them.
There you go, then. There's my dream car.
Yeah.
So you can't. My point is, you
With
can't
gold
buy
wheels.
anything that's not an SUV anymore because of women.
You know what? Damn women.
In fairness, I'm sure men are contributing to that a lot as well. Like men.
No. It's because they're being simps and they're listening to their women.
Yep.
Men rebel, reject. Go back to tradition and find what you love. It doesn't even have to be a rally car. Just stop listening to women.
Get your women
know what
under
they're talking
control.
about.
Get
So
them
we
under
had-
control. Yes, take control of these women. They're
I'll tell you, try to
ruining
do a
the
Trump
world.
impression here. Get your women under control.
So, what
They're
about
ruining the world?
what about the people who need a 4x4 for towing purposes?
Right,
Like,
okay.
yeah, my boyfriend does.
I have a thing with the 4x4s, right? This is how you buy a 4x4. Did they make a version of that car in the 20th century? If they did, you can buy that car. If it's a 4x4 that didn't exist as a model after the year 2000 or after 1999, you do not buy that car.
Yep.
That is my way to do it. So you can buy Toyota Hilux that existed in the 20th century, but you can't buy something like a BMW X5 or something because that's a 21st century invention.
Because
if you follow that rule, you will have taste in cars.
The closest I've ever gotten to like driving cars is the many video games I play. And if I'm talking about towing vehicles, I the Humvee, because I play a lot of SnowRunner and I love them.
Well, yeah, but those are pretty darn expensive. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
cost here, but I'm just
okay,
talking about like
got it. Yeah,
aesthetic. And if you want like a big, cool towing vehicle, I love
because
Humvees.
we had
One of the things has got me, but I ain't got a problem with a lot of them either. That's a cool car.
What's the
because
model?
What do you
a
guys
lot
think
of
of
them,
trucks?
it's a Soviet 4x4.
Oh,
And they're actually really cool in their own way.
What about Range Rovers? You guys think they're not cool?
I like Range Rovers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I would
Range-
totally get one if I could.
Range Rovers fall under that model was built in the 20th century. You can buy a Range Rover.
see, for me,
You can't,
okay,
you can't buy a Range Rover Sport.
So we had an old Vauxhall Frontera like this because we needed to tow horse boxes.
Right, right.
That's safe. That's safe though, isn't it?
Should we find out? Actually, type it in yourself. Type in
I mean,
Vauxhall
you literally call it
Frontera
an
at Eureka.
old Frontera.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I had an SUV about that size, a mid-sized one, and this kid hit me head on at like 35 miles per hour, and it totaled my car, but saved me. So,
And that's what matters.
right. So thank
Mercian,
you.
I sent you a picture of my old truck in DMs.
So you had a truck, truck?
I did a 95 GMC Sierra 4x4.
Because you're Canadian, so you get it.
I got a van now, but yeah, I miss my old truck.
Yeah. See, my boyfriend has to have one because he does tow things. So he's got like some huge, I think a Dodge Ram, maybe.
It's a proper old truck, that one.
Giant.
Pointed nose. I love those pointed nose.
That's a really ugly building behind it. Is that some kind of like?
No, that's the
stadium,
that's the
isn't it?
Saddle Dome. That's our
Oh,
our
I'm
hockey.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like. I like old architecture.
It is old. It was built in the 80s.
No, oh God! If you think the '80s are old, then you're gonna think
It's old for us. It's going out of commission soon. We're getting a new one.
I'm talking about like
It's the oldest.
1800s.
Hey, it's the oldest arena in the entire NHL.
Sorry, I said it looks like a Dorito.
sorry.
I misspoke it. It looks like a Pringle. It
It
looks like
does.
Yeah, well, that's
Pringle.
that's why we called it the Saddle Dome, because it looks like a horse saddle.
It does, or a Pringle.
Yeah, but Pringle's funnier.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Calgary Stampede. It all ties in.
Yeah,
Cowboy
so
country.
if you want to know what the Frontiera of Tharium's gen was, adult occupant got a 3-star rating and pedestrian got 1-star rating. I don't care about pedestrian.
1
3-star
star?
rating, 3-star.
Yeah.
One for pedestrians. If you
Yeah,
hit a
fuck 'em.
pedestrian, they're gonna die.
They're dead. They're dead.
We had a pedestrian. We were at a stop, and a pedestrian ran into us. And he was like literally, and a runner. He just runs into our car, and then he
That's wild.
he hits the hood then with his hands, and he's like, "What the fuck?" You know, he like puts his hands up, and we were just like, "What just happened?" And then he ran off. We were like, "What just happened?"
It's such a shame that because I advocate people should exercise, but why is it the people that exercise are some of the biggest pricks? Cyclists
Right.
and joggers.
Oh,
Cyclists
And I mean
fall-
jogger in the completely literal sense and not in the slang term. I mean, like, actually, people who go jogging are some of the biggest pricks I've ever met.
Yeah, yeah.
Cyclists are the worst. Cyclists are worse.
Okay, yeah, cyclists are
Yeah.
worse, but like they're both vying for that top position.
God, I hate trying to pass a cyclist on like a country road. You know,
again,
that's really hilly and you're going
Yeah.
around curves, and it's just like, oh my God, I hate that.
Spandex
Well, again,
wearing
like,
granola munchers is what I call it.
Right.
Again, like I cycle, and I think Mercy and you were saying was it Mercy who said you cycled, or was it Tharium?
Neither.
Therium,
I'm
is
sure-
that you? Do you?
Neither of cycles.
It might have been Shiatori. Someone earlier was saying that they cycled.
Oh yeah. Oh, or was that Adaman that went on that long bicycle trip or whatever? Maybe that.
I don't know, but someone earlier was saying that they cycle. And it's like, yeah, also, I think the difference is if you cycle in lycra, then you're a tosser.
Yeah.
If you just cycle wearing normal human clothes, then you're
Normal human clothes.
yes.
You
don't look like you've been shrink wrapped.
Yeah, men should not wear lycra. They should not wear biker shorts.
I had a moment of rage when I visited I think it's Eccleshaw near Stafford, and I'm going to mention the place because I'm guessing if you drive there, you're going to see it. But I saw like it must have been 10 cyclists down a country line in the lycra, cycling 2 abreast.
Yep.
Not letting me overtake them because of the overtaking rules of the cyclists in this country are fucking infuriating.
Oh my God.
I was like,
I don't drive. Tell
And
me
they
what the deal with that is.
They're allowed to do that?
Well, the thing, yeah. It's called the primary position, and it's a whole thing. And
So they could just hold up everybody.
yeah, basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they're in the lycra. They're all middle aged, and I think it was a Tuesday, and I was fuming.
Yeah, Royal Biscuits. It's Adam that cycles because he just went on some kind of like a big trip. Oh boy, what's this going to be? What is this name?
Mum bursts into tears after hearing what teacher said about her son's name.
Let's go.
Boy.
Mum was left in tears after school teacher mocked her son's name, claiming it was more suitable for a dog than a young child.
Okay, what was the name?
So, as the woman is now contemplating reporting the teacher, she no longer feels comfortable having her around the son. So the mum's sister was picking up her 4-year-old and the kids from school. She was waiting. She could hear the lessons and the 2 of the teachers talking. They laughed.
So
and
the
explained
two
the whole
teachers
it was his.
from any of the kids, not
Yeah,
saying
no,
to the kids.
it's two teachers just laughing about themselves. He's so excited this school. Really enjoyed his first week. Made some new friends. One of the aunties was. She overheard them. She continued. Come, they're waiting, and then.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the other teacher asked what the name was, and she said it was Benji.
That's it. I was waiting for some crazy like.
Yeah.
That is kind of a dog name.
It's a cute.
It kind of is. It kind of is a dog's
I
name.
think, yeah, I think it is.
It
a dog's name.
is. I mean, yeah. This one.
I mean, I don't normally agree with teachers. I normally, you know.
Listen, you
they're
name
right
your
on the
daughter
top.
Lassie, you know what you're setting her up for, right? I mean,
That was
this
pretty
mom
funny.
had to know, like, I am the one. Take responsibility.
Like, just call him Benjamin, Benny.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, she knows damn
Benjamin.
well that she's setting this kid up, and so that's on her.
Yeah.
She doesn't want her 4-year-old to be hurt. His feelings.
Right. How about the world's shortest IQ test? 3 questions. Just 17% pass it.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
So here we got.
Are we gonna do this?
Yeah, we are. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost?
A dime.
Yeah. Wow. That's hard.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Difficult.
It's not 10 cents.
What?
Well, how much? How much is?
Yeah. So
let me read it.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yes, because that would be $1.10. So
More?
Yeah, you're right.
No, then the ball. The ball.
How much
costs
does the ball
$1.
cost? No, the
Wait.
bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost?
Well, it's got to be a dollar. If the total's a dollar, or I mean, it's got to be 10 cents if it's.
no, 5 cents because it's 5 cents and
Yeah.
then $1.05.
Yeah, you got it. Because
Wait, how
$1, if it was $1, if it was a dollar more than the 10 cents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
105 is more than 5 cents. Yeah.
Is $1 more than 5?
Yeah. So there's that. Then these
Proven.
if it takes 5 machines 5 minutes to make 5 widgets, how long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets?
Oh God.
Oh God. Oh no. I've played enough Satisfactory. I'm not in the mood for this.
I took an 8-hour IQ test
five
one time.
minutes,
I
isn't
don't even want to think right now.
Five minutes.
Yep. Yeah, you got
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Because the rate would just still be the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's one machine takes 5 minutes to make a widget. So
Yeah.
that's
10
and then
machines is still 5 minutes. 100 machines is
Yeah.
still 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
in a lake there is a patch of lily pads. Every day the patch doubles in size. If it takes 48 days for the patch to cover the entire lake, how long would it take for the patch to cover half the lake?
I didn't even take in half of that.
Yeah.
I need to reread that.
Doubles? Okay.
The patch doubles.
40, hang on. 47 days.
Yeah. But you see, the common ones are 10 cents the first one, 100 minutes on that, and 24 days on that, because people are halving it. Because you just got to read the questions.
That's what the 3 most common is what they're saying.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, I did make that mistake with the first one, so
I think we all did.
I think it's one of those ones where people aren't used to that kind of like lateral thinking anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did a whole day of IQ testing, and it was like an 8-hour test, and it was brutal. I actually scored well, believe it or not. I scored very well, but I would never ever want to think that hard again.
And then we had this enormous fuck up. London pub thief who stole £2.2 million Fabergé egg and watch set to buy drugs. So this was how this happened. How does a man steal a Fabergé egg? Well, it was because a woman had it in her handbag and she was in a pub. So what's the name? It's a Kate. This Miss Dawson, she worked for an Irish whiskey company, and they were doing, and the Fabergé egg belonged to the company as like a company asset, and they were doing some promotional event with it, and so that all finished up, and they said, hey, take this back to wherever it's locked up. Instead, she just sticks it in her handbag, and then she thinks, oh, I'm going to go to the pub, have a drink, and she's in the outdoor smoking area. She puts her handbag down and then looks and sees, oh, it's missing. Whoops.
Oh my God. Whoops.
And so this junkie, he's stolen it. No idea what he's got. Gives it to some drug dealer for some drugs. And now it's gone. They haven't got it back.
Oh my God.
So you
Has
guys
she lost her job?
I would hope so.
I would imagine, right? And is she gonna have to pay that back forever for the rest of her life? So this guy that I was dating when he was in medical school at the time, and he was I think I told this story before on Splendid Isolation, but anyway, he was transporting organs. When somebody would die, they would take the organs and, obviously take them to like helicopter or whatever. Or they would take them to the lab where the students would study them. Right. So he had a thing he had to transport, and he was like, I'd been working the whole day. I had to get up and teach in the morning, and I was exhausted. So I thought, I'm just going to take this home, and I'll just take it with me at first thing in the morning, rather than going back to the lab now late at night. His car gets broken into, and he said, if I had that out, because he did end up going and taking it to the lab. He said, if I had that in my car, it was a human head. Can you imagine what that would be like for the person that's breaking into that car?
I was gonna say, yeah, you'd think you've broken into like a serial killer.
Serial killer, right? And so, do you report the crime? What do you do? It's an interesting little story, but true story.
That's a good point by Oswald, though. It's like many people should be bearing responsibility for this woman just sticking it in her back.
Right.
Yeah. Like, even if you were if there was no chance of like people stealing from you because you're not in London, just take it back. You've got this thing in your handbag. It's really fragile and valuable. I just want to get it back and locked up as quickly as possible.
I don't know why this wouldn't be one of those. It gets then immediately handed off to like a security company, like people in like a one of them like big what do you call it, armored vehicles, like
right.
Just, it's of that value. Like,
not sending it home with your secretary.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one from my feed? The top. This is my top feed, you guys.
Yeah. Why are you sending us a vicious drop bear, Aubrey?
Huh?
Why are you sending us a vicious drop bear?
Yeah, they're horrible.
I know. Is that a precious little pumpkin? So you see,
he's probably got AIDS.
Oh,
yeah.
Not the story. The story is just love and hugs and snuggles. Oh my God. You guys like end the show here on a happy note. I don't know if we're ending right now, but that's happy. Doesn't that make you happy looking at this little guy?
He is cute.
Wouldn't you love to hug him?
I'll tell you what, hang on.
It's a drop bear. They're very deadly,
Even barium, I think this would even get through to his heart.
Oh, this thing has chlamydia. Like Zen said, these things are just full of sexually transmitted infections.
God, venereal diseases. Look how adorable that little guy is.
And then, you say that, but then they drop. Yeah, like it's a drop bear. They jump from trees and land on people's heads.
Burnsy, what do they taste like in burger form? That's horrible.
Oh, dear.
So this is the next thing on my feed.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to hear what happens in the end. The bad part is it's a little bit of a long clip. Let that dog go. I don't know what the person.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, you can maybe fast forward just a tad. Fast forward just a tad. Just a tad. Yeah, there you go. Wait. Not go back a little bit. Because we want to see the attack, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy needs to be killed for taking that to that dog, but this dog's gonna win in the end.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. This is one thing I always feel very mixed on, like the whole like.
Look at that dog take it down.
I always feel very mixed on like the usage of dogs in law enforcement, because it's like on the one hand like sniffing people out, fair enough, but then like this kind of thing, it's like you say, oh, he's awful for like doing that, but not knowing what he's done, at the end of the day, he is just defending himself, and you will expect someone to defend themselves when a dog runs up on them. So
wait, are you defending the criminal?
I'm saying that you shouldn't send a dog into a violent situation.
Okay. To protect the dog?
I blame. Yes, I blame both sides.
Okay, I see. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
but I think dogs are badass. And then look at this is my third story. Look at that! Look at those little guys. They're so darn cute. Are they adorable? Getting their nails clipped. He's standing there so politely.
Getting their nails trimmed.
I don't know what it says about me that these are my 3 clips, but
that's pretty great.
Isn't that adorable? So I hope this makes all of you happy. In the
I have sent Mercy not a clip but an image to add on to all of this.
Okay. We'll
thank you, Mercy, and for sharing those.
Not a problem. I've see.
So my dad was telling me recently, because he lost his dog last year, and so he was telling me that one of his friends has a stray cat that he's been feeding, and apparently is pregnant. And when he told me that story, I thought, oh, okay, so he's gonna like probably get one of the kittens. I go to see him a week later, and he has the pregnant cat.
The pregnant cat.
And so this absolute chonker, probably like a few weeks off of giving birth. I got this picture just today.
That's
Look at her.
Big belly.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to give props to this person then, because that's a good person that's going to take in a pregnant cat, take on that responsibility, and so I'm glad that people like that exist in this world.
Oh yeah, my dad's loved cats like his whole life.
So it's your dad that's keeping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, my because his friend had the cat in his garden. And so when he was telling me this, I thought my dad was going to just adopt one of the kittens. But then I go around my dad's house and he just has the pregnant cat. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He's going all in. Well, I commend your dad then.
He has been leaning on me and my girlfriend to take one of the kittens. And I'm like, I don't know if I can afford to take care of one. But I would love to.
Torties, she's a tortie, which is what I had. She was a stray that just showed up at my house one day. And they're really cool cats, though. They're very vocal. They're known for being very vocal, but they're a nice breed. I don't really know much about cats, but she was a great cat.
I am much more of a dog person myself, but cats are still lovely.
Yeah.
And finally, we've got Jesus Christ 3 stories. Oh.
No, right.
all three combined into one.
This poor guy. He's the nicest guy, and he gets banned constantly on X. I'm just
you haven't seen him on X. You're the nicest guy.
He's not even. Well, no, you're so nice. Since I've gotten to know you, you've always been so nice. But yeah, you said you're not on X, are you?
No. Nice. I'm nice to my friends, and I'm equally as not nice to my enemies.
Savage.
Absolutely. Just don't mention American foreign policy. I mean, mention it once. I think we got away with it, JFC.
It's okay.
But it's not really
It's okay. I'm not going to say anything. It's all good. But it is funny. You know what? I'm pretty mean on X as well. I say some things that I'm like, I'm not sure that's the smartest thing. But it's so easy and fun. You know, these women, you guys, these liberal women they make these videos, and I'm telling you, I say it every time. The crazy eyes. The eyes are
Oh, yeah.
they're so the windows to the soul, truly. And these women just have these crazy freaking eyes, and they're going off on men and off on the world, and they're
probably forcing their men to buy SUVs.
Probably.
SUVs
If only they were saying Subaru Imprezas, please. That's all we want.
I mean,
just
that's my thing. But like, it's like my fun
blue
car.
with gold wheels.
I have a want for other cars, and I have a classic 10-car garage, and I want cars. I want lots of different cars, but like, it's the car from my youth, should we say, that I just went, wow.
Understandable. Daddy President says crazy eyes, great sex. Maybe. I don't know. But a lot of them are man haters, it sounds
It's
like.
not okay, look, the sex isn't worth it waking up with her like over you with a knife.
Well, you say
SUV.
The knife makes it more exciting.
Oh.
If there's no threat of the knife, I mean, it gets a bit dull.
Arium's like, unless it's a sword, get out of here.
Oh, he's a Himiko Toga enjoyer.
Maybe.
No one I don't think.
No. I tell you what. Michael Gove explained his taste in women.
Oh dear.
Oh
God.
Oh no.
I'd forgotten who Michael Gove was for a second. I saw the picture and I'm like, oh yeah, this.
Do worry, though, that if Shabana Mahmood had access to my browsing history, she would discover that quite a lot of my browsing is me typing in Shabana Mahmood images or Shabana Mahmood history.
Really?
Oh, I'm a huge fan. Yes. So I think the worry would be.
Watch out, Shabana Mahmood.
Let's go crush. Oh, both. Yeah, no, I think
she's the current Home Secretary.
Oh,
okay. Wow.
I'm getting the minority.
In fact, I'm now revealing.
It's like the nerdiest. This guy.
I'm blushing live on radio.
And what is it with Tories loving Labour a lot?
Yeah.
I love all of the responses to this, which were like, you couldn't get this information out of me with a knife to my throat and with months of torture. This guy just said it.
He just lays it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Wow, she's a looker.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Monster there.
You guys. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Tories, man. Just what are you thinking?
Girl. She looks like she's wearing a helmet. Her hair it looks like a helmet.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly like Darth Vader.
They're just all degenerates.
Frankenstein's monster.
Daddy President is naughty. I'm just gonna say that he's got something on his mind. So,
right then, guys. Does anyone have anything to shill?
Well, I mean, I was meaning to live stream tonight, and this has gone longer than I expected it to. So, I don't think we're going to be able to tonight. But I actually used the little company option to just actually put my Twitch link in my name. So if you want to go and find my Twitch, follow me there. I stream Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturday nights is my usual schedule. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
There you go. You can.
I play a variety of different games. As I was saying, lately I've been playing lots of kind of like simulatory type games. I've been enjoying Satisfactory. I've been liking Kerbal Space Program. That's a blast from the past. And playing a lot of Hades, which I've been playing for the last hour while we've been chatting. But yeah, if you want to,
kind of a Henry West in a way. Like, I mean, you
a little bit
play these games, right? And you stream them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we will regularly end up in random political conversations during a
Right.
stream.
As
So
you're playing. Yeah.
if you enjoy this kind of conversation, then it does tend to come up over on my stream.
I'll have to check your channel out.
But I don't think I'll be streaming tonight. I need to go and have a shower and such. So.
And Aubrey, you did stream yesterday, and I think everyone should go to that stream because I'm fairly sure if you pause it right that Aubrey shared her bank details. So
Yeah. No, I'm going to edit that quick little blip out of there and maybe put it back so that the public can see it, because to take that episode away from the public is to do the public a disservice.
So yeah, go over to Aubrey's stream and get her bank details. She's loaded. So
and thank you, Burnsy. You guys, some of you guys are so nice in the chat, and I adore you guys. The ones that stick up for me. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are awesome. But yeah, so my channel is it's just at Aubrey on YouTube. So.
JFC, do you want to promote your Twitter?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm banned, but I mean, hopefully, eventually, I'll be unbanned after this latest ban is lifted. We'll
I swear
see.
you're banned more often than you're not banned.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I made that account in January of 2020. And I think I've been unbanned for a total of like maybe 6 months over the last 6 years. So
that's so great. Well, look, if you're not banned, then you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Yep.
And you're not doing it right.
That's right.
And Tharium, do you have anything to add, or shall sir?
Maybe this last message from our friends in China. I think they get it. They get it.
Oh boy.
Replying to "At least we can vote," Commie. Oh, you like to vote? I guess you also like gay sex and Israel. So many wonderful choices. I mean, where's the lie? That's the thing, though, isn't it?
I love the acting right there. I thank you for that. Also, you could shill that you were also a part of my lovely program yesterday, as you were too, Mercian.
And we do have a Discord. Come join the Discord.
Yes, this Discord is always in the description. Go join the Discord. Subscribe to my channel. Watch this all the way through. I'm very close to being monetized.
Put a thumbs up,
yeah,
guys.
Thumbs up.
That really helps.
And comment, because the algorithm loves a good comment. I know a lot of you have been doing it in the live chat, but why not comment again about how you were there and you were not gay.
Yeah, and be nice to you guys, because remember, as Iron Duke says, in the words of the great Iron Duke, I am just a girl. Just a girl.
I've got. Hold on, I can reply to Silent Matthews here. China bans kosher, not likely. Well, it's funny because Epstein in his emails was a story about how he was at some international thingamajig, and he had someone with him who spoke Chinese, and the Chinese delegation, they saw him and they said to each other, "Beware of the Jewish dog." So
oh, that's right. I remember that was a big story.
Sorry,
right. No. I'm winding up here. I'm going to turn that back up again.
And now on to Henry West, right?
Nope.
Not
quite.
Oh, sorry.
So, what did we learn here tonight?
Oh, that's right. We get our recap.
We learned no cities are better than any city in anywhere across the world. America the big bad, and remember, Aubrey's just a girl.
Yes, thank you.
I'm a simp, and I'm sad about this. No one likes Birmingham. Zen can't advocate schoolgirls have guns.
No.
Cocaine-fueled hippos are a thing. They should be killed. You don't need limbs to fire a gun.
No, you don't.
Women ruin cars.
Yeah.
Yes, this has been the best Top Gear episode in a decade, and everyone on this stream has come out as a midwit at best. Thank you for all watching, and a good night to you all.
Good night, everybody.
And we're in no position to ask for favours due to the fact that we did colonise most of the world.
I do want to be clear, I didn't do any of the colonising myself. It was my great-granddad, so have a go at him, okay? It wasn't my fault.
Great granddad here. I'll be honest, I enjoyed every second of it, so yeah, sorry not sorry. Back to you, old boy.